There'll be even more matchups to learn. It'll get a little dirtier as far as players being prepared for those matchups. But of course, all that coming November the 14th with the Sultan's Ascend expansion. Let's get in to game number 1 of this best of 5, the battle for seed number 1. All part of Empires at War, hosted by EGCTV. We've got TheMista and Zerton.
Exactly, here on Woodwall, Mista in the color red, playing as the Malians, Zerton in the color blue, playing as the Mongols, and Mista looks to be opening with the barracks, so similar opening compared to what we saw from Kasva earlier. Silvertree getting dropped here now by Zerton. Mansaquari likely to be coming out now from Mista as well. He dropped any moment. There we go, Mansaquari coming up.
Okay, so
are going to be on the way.
There's that beautiful trade. You see, he could trade to the left or the right, depending on where he wants to go. I'm assuming he'll take it down to that right corner would make the most sense. And we've got a barracks already on that Uvu.
Yeah, so it's going to be able to use that stone that he has right now for a couple of double-produced spearmen. Mr. Scout is going to be able to spot that barracks out, so knows what kind of unit composition his opponent is going to be starting with right off the bat.
Yep. Okay, you see him.
Double Scout helping a lot in the scouting department. There's already an outpost coming out for Zerton on that on that eastern
just like
market.
That Kasva game. So you got one on the other side.
And similar to that one, Mista is going to be spotting that one out. I think his Donzos went in the wrong direction. Yeah, now they're turning around. Now they're walking towards that, but
you know,
it's going to be, are they going to be in time?
Maybe this is a bit of a mind game. Look at that. His trade is going to the far corner, maybe anticipating the fact, kind of like we did, that like, okay, he's going to go to the right corner and he's going to trade to the left, right? But here he's gone the opposite, and those initial Donzo, we're running the other way. So whether on purpose or a trick, it's certainly interesting.
Yeah, and actually Scout being able to misdirect these Donzos means that this outpost is 100% going to go up here on that market. It's going to be quite nice for Zerton. He's going to get a good bit of extra line of sight there around that neutral market. He's going to know exactly what's going on. Oh, the Scout, low HP, and he's getting shot down. That's going to be a lot of sheep going the way of Mista there.
Wow.
Ooh, that's 7 sheep.
It's okay. He can spawn sheep.
Yeah.
He can spawn sheep.
Yeah, and Empire Wars Mongols do spawn with two pastures immediately on the Uvu, so they're getting a lot of sheep passively. But yeah, this does hurt. It's a good amount of food coming Mista's way. So 1,750 food bonus from sheep. Malians aren't gonna say no to that for sure.
Did Zerton get the speed upgrade for his buildings, or did he slow walk that thing to the corner?
I think it's slow walked. At least I didn't see it. But then again, I got a big TV, so that's a big monitor. That's a lot of stuff to look at. Might have missed that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, whatever. We got it.
In the Uvu. Gotta look in the Uvu. Yeah. Oh, I'm going down.
Oh man, Zerton, what is he doing?
Wow. Maybe those first game jitters here coming to play, but yeah, I mean he
didn't get it.
He didn't get it, but it used to be said that losing your Khan immediately spells GG, and Zerton being a little bit of a mean player here, not immediately quitting out, but maybe he still has a foot in this game, even losing the Khan, but Donzo on Spearman Clasher, and the Donzo is just showing that they're the superior Spearman here. I think a lot of damage to the spears with the... Yeah, I mean, does help a lot. Bonus armor, bonus HP. They're quite a good unit, but now Archer coming out as well. It's going to mean that the longest fight is going to go on. The better it's going to go for Zerton now. And behind that, Zerton's also getting an outpost up on the other side of the map, on the other market. It means that he's going to be in the know when it comes to the army movements from Mista, where he's going to be sending his units off to. First draft coming out as well.
Okay, there's a Keshik getting a little raid there. Look at that. Down goes...
Actually, 2 villagers have been killed.
And
3 villagers?
3.
Where's the other Keshik?
I don't know.
There must be another Keshik somewhere that managed to grab a kill. Wait, 4 villagers? Yeah, something's happening somewhere.
Oh! The misdirect. Even fooled us.
There it was.
Nice.
The invisible horseman striking again.
Dang. That's a good little pickup there. That's that's the give his opponent the confidence that he lost all his sheep and then come in and kill the villagers.
It was a pretty good pickup there for him. Now, military mass for certain. Looking good. Same time though, Mista, it always feels so difficult to engage into this composition of javelin throws and Donzos. Even if Mista has the higher army value, it feels like this is probably not a fight that he can really comfortably take. At least not... I mean, right now he can, because there's only 2 javelin throwers. But if the rest of the javelin throwers were here, I would not want to take that fight. But it looks like they're joining up here very, very soon. And now, the Kashyyyks are back.
He's pulling the Donzo away with one of them. Oh, didn't get through that time. Uh-oh.
And at the same time,
Javelins getting some
throws.
good trades.
Needs one more in order to one-shot the archers, but is doing some really, really good damage there.
They just never quit.
Trading out.
Yeah, so the Kashyyyk, if you guys don't know what that unit is doing, the green pluses, it basically takes HP from its opponent. So every time it smacks, it's doing damage, and it takes a little bit of its HP. So because of that, they can take on spearmen for a little longer than other cav might be able to.
Yeah, they're vampire horses, and
vampires.
Now army value looks to be in favor of TheMista here. With that, Zerton, he's not going to be able to just trade away anymore. He's going to have to be really careful, and first trader is going to be going down now as well. This is such a difficult army composition to play against.
Yeah. For now, he might be able to just send his traders to that safe trade post. Not a great trade, but better than dying down on the east side. Both players have started chopping on the wood wall, it looks like. So looking at the villager stock right now, about a 10 villager difference in favor of Zerton. Of course, some of these traders not being wildly efficient at the moment. But that army count growing for the Mista. The Malians have a very deadly feudal age army. Those javelins you see, they are specifically good at picking off archers. So they do a lot of damage and have a lot of range. And you've got Donzo, which are kind of a Chad spearman that also can throw their spear. Look at that at first with a little cooldown. Okay, we've got engagement coming up. But that Mongol army not gonna be able to take engagement. He's got so many javelin, he's just like picking off whatever he wants there. Look at those volleys going there. Every time they're firing, they're killing some kind of infantry unit.
Yeah, villagers gonna have to garrison here. It feels like Zerton, he's making the wrong units here. I feel like I think you actually need spearmen here against this. As counterintuitive as it might sound, the spearmen are able to soak up a lot of damage from the javelin throwers, and they don't take any bonus damage from the Donzes either. So I feel like that's probably the only unit that you can really mass as like a meat shield. The horsemen, it's just really difficult. They're so expensive. They die really, really fast to the Donzos. And now Mista just has this huge military mass here in the front. He also has a good amount of food income with the cow boom that he's got going in the meantime. And he's just able to continuously pump those units. Like, he's got 4 units in queue out of every single production building. Zerton isn't able to nearly emulate that. He's trading, but he's trading like in a really disadvantageous route right now on the opposite side of the map. Just not good enough there. And now Zerton's trying to go for a raid from the opposite side, but gets spotted out.
Yeah, horseman going for a raid. There is a Donzo in there. Now, those aren't Kashyyyk. He has 1 Kashyyyk now. But, yeah, there's some Donzo to meet him. Not able to do any significant damage. Trying to go for a raid. You actually see Mista dropped a wall there just to stop them from running by to the wood wall. And probably a smart move after those that invisible horseman from earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also walling the market, and this is really, really smart from Mista. It's something in general that I don't see a lot of players do often enough. When you're playing with the slower army composition, you really need walls. You can't just like rely on your reactions. I know sometimes players think that they're playing in God mode and that they can always react in time. Truth is, you can't. You can't always react in time with units. They can't be everywhere at the same time. So when you're playing with a slower unit composition, you really do have to invest a little bit into those walls, because only then can you really freely move out with these slower units. But here, we see Army is getting caught out of position a little bit here.
Nice pullback on his horseman.
Yeah, he still has enough here in order to take this fight. And behind that, Mista, he's going to go up to the castle age.
Not this time, Zerton.
This is units ready there.
And the Muvu's coming online. There you have
Oh,
it.
look at that. Look at what happened here. Zerton, he killed a cow. He killed a cow in order to block the age up position. So it's not an ideal position there for Mista. And now he's diving in, but the horsemen, they're getting taken down so quickly. The javelin thrower is just doing so much damage, even though the horsemen aren't the range kind of unit. And look at that. Horsemen going down, and with that, archers, they have to run.
So many javelin. Horsemen coming back. They never quit. Is that going to reach all the way to the north side where he built that Fulani Corral?
I don't think so. It shouldn't, at least. It shouldn't reach all the cattle.
Can you click on it? Do we see the radius? Or I don't know if you can just click the cattle.
I gotta click the landmark.
Does that count if it touches the corner?
I don't think so. I think it needs to actually touch the cow. It doesn't count, I think, if it's garrison, but I'm not 100% sure. I am not 100% sure on that. Yeah, I don't think it counts. I think it has to actually like touch the cow.
Yeah. Good to know. Okay, here we go. Castle age for TheMista. And you know, Zerton has quite a significant villager lead, but don't be fooled. The Malians have passive income from the Muvu, the Grand Fulani Corral, in addition to those pit mines that are out there on the map.
Look at that. Zerton, he's just moved all of his traders over to the other market. That market has already been walled in completely by TheMista. One step ahead here, and Zerton is going up now with the Kurultai. It was the same time last game, Kurultai, potentially changing the way the game goes. If there's a fight, actually the wall's not been it's never been finished.
Oh,
what a stroke of luck here for Zerton.
Luck or skill? Did he kill that villager?
I'm not sure, but either way, it's going to be working out here for him.
I don't know.
The villager is just now walking.
Wow, look at this.
That's going to be a lot of resources. Look at that. 88, 88, 88.
Ka-ching. 1K gold. Wow.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Stonks are up, baby. We got any stonks emotes? Oh my gosh, that was. I don't know. I don't think I've got anything. This is the best I got. That barely even looks terrible. Okay. So Mista is on the military production of Zerton though. And has
increasing with yen. For a second, I thought that was like Sims currency.
Sims currency is what it looks like.
The Simulons coming out there, but yeah, production buildings going down here now for certain. Kurultai in position, but no veterancy upgrades yet.
A lot of archers still. I don't know how those archers are gonna kill all these, but
there's some man-at-arms in there now as well.
Maybe the man-at-arms will be
upgrades coming in.
Yep. Okay. So Kurultai fighting under the Kurultai, you guys know, can be a dangerous game to play. Look at the traders. Don't mind me. Just moving on up north, doing a little trading. And I guess with the way he's kind of grouped up his traders now, like those resources, instead of being like a steady flow, is going to be like a big deposit of resources each time they go to each side.
Look at the left side of the map, just this constant flow of units walking towards the base of Zerton. Zerton, he's not packing up his buildings right now. He's going to lose a lot of these buildings there if he doesn't pack them up and move them out soon.
Yep. Okay, so Mista with a big army and certainly the
Wait, is Zerton cutting through?
What?
I think Zerton cut through in the middle. What?
Did he? Oh, shoot.
I think he did. Or was he trying to? Oh, this fight is going to be happening outside of Kurultai range.
Oh.
He did chop through. It's denying some wood for now, but
whoa, did you see that spear throw?
That wasn't a spear, that was a torch.
Torch.
They're throwing torches now. Oh,
big
mangonel coming out.
Oh, he blocked. Look at where he put the... That is a beautiful spot to kind of buy the mangonel some time.
Ooh, and the Kurultai, yeah, this is a good fight for Zerton. He doesn't have that many units remaining, but the mangonel is going to make a big difference here.
Yep. And he took out
mangonel is also getting
a lot of army.
Yep. Yeah, took down a lot of army. Also lost a lot, though. He's still ahead when it comes to the eco count. His trade is still going strong. And now, Zerton has some breathing room, but he's also opened up a way for his opponents to get into his base. But at least he's got some outposts there protecting him. And he does have a good amount of gold. Maybe with that, he's able to buy some other resource, as he just did. and sort of like buy himself some stability in the economy.
I saw some GG being called in chat about 10 minutes ago when Zerton was losing some sheep and stuff, but he's starting to look pretty good here. He's got the trade going, economy's really cooking, and we've got some Springgold Towers mid. Villagers just taking a breather there for a second.
Sometimes you gotta just relax, take a second, and assess the situation. At least that's what the villager said there. Now, Mr. respecting the siege game, also getting his own mangonel out. Now also getting the sofa count out.
This is at the trade route. He could very quickly yoink a lot of traders.
That's what's happening here exactly. Lots of traders going down. Zerton, hot on the heels though, ready to defend.
Yeah, like this army's not going to win, but it's going to get some kills along the way. It's taking out the traders. Getting some nice kills here. Okay.
Kurultai is still deploying towards the middle. Looks like Mista wants to attack around the sides though. That's Zerton. Really set on attacking through the middle now.
Yeah, look, he's got those mangonels. Does Mista have a Springgold or anything? No Springgold. Mangonels can really wreak havoc on the Malian army if you can't get a flank in, because they don't have heavily armored units. So
look at that. Mista also heavily investing now into both Musafadi warriors and the Sofa. Zerton going for crossbowmen, men-at-arms, a typical composition that we do sometimes see out of the Mongols when cavalry is not an option. But right now, more than ever, I feel like cavalry probably right about now is a pretty good option for Zerton again. Most of the Donzos have gone down, and there's no remassing at the moment happening from Mista in that unit category.
Here comes the Mangonel. But there's some Sofa lurking. Could they get the flank in on that thing? We'll see. Crossbow's ready to meet those.
Big mango shot. Oh, that just hit the entire military. Shoo-wee. That was a big shot. A lot of these units suddenly half HP. Getting chased away now. Relic also being gathered. Look at that. Zerton, 3 relics now on its way to his base, but has to be careful. His traders, some still walking the wrong direction. Now he noticed all the traders now walking back to that faraway market. That's going to be another really, really big drop there when it comes to the trade for him. And it looks like some rams are currently in production for Mista.
Okay, so we got some trades around the side. Mista trying to get in the back line to kill that trade. There's a mangonel down mid. He's got a lot of crossbows. He can probably defend it. And we got a mangonel on both sides. Those crossbows could be in trouble there.
Crossbows are going to do a good job against the Sofas, at least for now. And with the Yamara, those men-at-arms can be quite fast and could find their way on top of that mangonel rather quickly. But
Musafadi
mangonel on both sides and lots of Musafadis, they don't mind dancing the tango with those armored units.
Yep. Okay, so he says, forget trying to kill the traders. Let's kill let's kill the hub. We're gonna go after the landmark. Army kind of out of position right now for Zerton as the Malians have suddenly made a forward incursion there. Oh, he's waiting for him to group
to the
up.
other side of the map.
Where is it? Oh, you're right.
The Kurultai is on the wrong side. Wait, 3 mangonels. Oh, that's a lot of mangonels.
They kind of missed. Missing, but yeah, that wasn't the best.
They still exist though, and that's gonna put pressure on Mista. He's gonna need to respect that one way or another. He's gonna need some Springolds here. Now Kurultai is gonna make its way back. Zerton behind that. He got 3 of the relics. A 4th one is coming in right now, trying to get the sacred size as well. Zerton, I feel like he's been in a really dicey position early on, but he's managed to survive so far, and now he's suddenly not looking in that bad of a position anymore. It's really tough for him to like keep his base safe and secured without any walls as the Mongols. But he's doing a good job, and just a couple of crossbows here being able to take down these Sofas.
Those rams. So Mista's invested heavily in rams, like he was going to go for a push here, but ultimately he has it. But if he breaks this would be very scary for Zerton.
Back happening. Couple of outposts there.
Okay. It feels like Mista's just like trying to draw him into a Malian death trap. He's got some stealth Musafadi. Come on in, but the Khan will see him.
And he doesn't have any counter station. Look at that. Tons of Rams now moving around the side, even destroying a part of the wall there in order to get through quicker.
Where are they going?
That's gonna be a little bit annoying, but Mr. is not the one that gets bounty from destroyed buildings here.
Yeah. And there's villagers there that could just start yeeting them away. Okay, so Zerton is trying to force a fight mid. He's slowly creeping up a tower. There we have it. Oh, there's the sofa. Better get out of there. Yep, okay.
Are gonna have to evacuate.
They're gonna be dead. He's got enough villagers to spare though. Lots of rams though. He's probably wondering what the heck do I do about this? Crossbows aren't gonna kill that. Maybe some spearmen? Give him some man-at-arms. It's gonna distract Zerton from his siege plan, that's for sure mid.
Yeah, that was a big investment into all of these rams now. Gonna get taken down. I mean, Sofas are doing a nice job in theory against the man-at-arms, but with the army count there, yeah, all of these rams are gonna get taken out. But we see on the minimap, Mista, he's planning a big assault on the opposite side of the map.
Oh, baby, you know I like this.
We're getting the Kaganet Palace. Oh. We're getting the Kaganet Palace. This ain't no white stew, but this is the Kaganet Palace. We might actually see the Mongol nobbers here coming out. Look at
man. That. That's a wild call. Here come the moose parties. Let's go. Look up north. Let's watch this Musafati Warriors run in. It's about to be a slaughter.
Oh my god, yeah, they're taking down the men-at-arms really, really quickly. And certainly he doesn't have a lot of food in the bank right now. Look at that. No food income at all right now. And these Musafati Warriors... 70 Musafati Warriors! What is Zerton gonna do now? It's happening on so many different angles. That means the siege can't really fight all of them at the same time. I feel like he just needs to group up all of his traders and just run away for now.
This is what I live for. 200 Musafati Warriors running around. Yeah, good luck stopping that.
Lots of units, lots of traders and villagers have gotten taken down here so far. For Zerton. Now at least he's got he's getting a trebuchet out. That's gonna be the first unit from the Kaganet. It's gonna be a trebuchet.
Not just any trebuchet.
It's the hui hui pow trebuchet coming out there.
Hui hui pow trebuchet. I can't wait to see it.
It packs a punch. It packs a pow.
He could go for the Malian landmarks. I mean, at this point, honestly, I would just force mid and try to kill these landmarks because those Musafati are going to be running around back there forever.
It feels like the siege is kind of stuck and not able to pass through that wood line. And yeah, look at that villager count.
Yeah, good luck.
He's lost his entire advantage there, and
there it is.
Lots of traders running back right now, but
Mecca.
Once they're running back, they're gonna be found out by the Musafati Warriors, and there's just not been an answer to that yet. 28 traders are currently making their way back, and not looking good. Almost 100 Musafati Warriors.
Look up north. Look at the traders. They're about to. They're running into the Musafati.
Silvertree's also running, but the traders are running.
Oh no, man,
that's GG. That is GG. There's no way about it.
This is breaking so many rules of engagement.
I'm not sure if Zerton knows, but after a recent patch, you can now actually move your traders without losing the resource that they're carrying. But I think that information might have reached him a little bit too late, as he just lost 20 traders there. And with that, I mean, almost 100 economic units have gone down here so far for Zerton.
I don't know if this is a larger humanitarian crisis or if PETA needs to get involved, because that was a lot of dead donkeys.
Whoever's going to get involved, I don't think Zerton's going to hear the end of it. Yu Pao is doing some long-range shots there. The infrastructure from Mista. But it's going to feel really tough right now to get back into this, because against this many Musafatis, you need like a ton of archers, but they're kind of slow, and now Imperial Age.
There's so many of them.
And it's so tough to tell where they're at when there's stuff like that. Like, the outposts can find them, but the outposts have been taken down. And now the second Zerton goes away. The second he goes away, the second he sends villagers there again, it's just all going to be happening again. It's like Mista is going to leave it alive for the moment. Just doesn't want to be detected, I guess. But Now he turns around and all those villagers are gonna go down once again.
Down it goes.
Elite Musafati warrior coming in at the same time.
Here we
And
go.
it looks like Zerton, he's trying to go for it. He's trying to go for it. He does have a nest of bees out. And could he do it? Like, maybe.
I don't think he has enough siege.
Maybe he can do it. Me neither, but I'm hoping. We can see maybe he makes it, but we see all of these red dots suddenly move towards this
homing
this
missile
army from Zerton.
They are gonna clean that up when they get close, unless he can surround that nest of bees.
Zerton, he's gotten some free elite manga dye at least, fully upgraded. Kudos to the Kaganet Palace, but has to be really careful about his siege because there's a lot of units moving towards that. All the landmarks are in range here.
There's one in the southwest. I think it's a little bit outside. But here we go! You can't see him!
Coming.
You can't see him!
You can't see him! No! Where are they? They're appearing out of nowhere!
The full
siege
surround.
is exposed! Oh no!
Oh man. This is a Musafati beatdown.
At least Zerton is getting another trebuchet out from his Kaganet Palace. Maybe he can go for it again, but I don't think so. Attacks happening from all sides. The Musafati warriors actually getting cleaned up here. There's enough archers here. Could this actually still work here?
Well, I think the big difference is the Kurultai. I think really sent him the extra mile.
Kurultai makes a huge. I want to see Zerton pull all the villages now.
He needs rams.
I want to see Zerton pull every single villager. And just try to burn it down, because this is like now or never. I don't think he's going to get another chance. He's got to do it.
His economy's down. He needs to go. If the vills are in here, I really think it could work.
Yeah.
Come on.
First landmark has been taken down.
Here they come.
He's taking down the rams.
He's pulling the boys.
That's just additional
those are archers. I got excited. I saw that one villager.
But like, all of a sudden, I mean, Zerton, he's sitting on the production, right?
Come on.
He's sitting where... No, where does he go? Go for the landmarks. Go for the landmarks. Oh, he gets another nest of bees as well. And palace guards. Elite palace guards.
Oh my gosh.
Zerton actually can still do... What is this game? Zerton actually...
Is he gonna do it?
He's killing the cows. The cattle,
Leave
they're
the
going
cows.
down.
Kill the...
Oh no.
He's confused.
What's happening in this game?
I don't know. He's getting the bounty? Maybe he needs the bounty? I don't know. He's gathering resources with his army. Oh, the cows!
Killing all the cattle.
No, not the cows!
But the Musafati mass, it's increased once again, but still.
This is the Musafati weakness.
The free units from the Kaganet actually made such a big difference there. I'll say.
He needs to get that siege up there and make sure there's not a flank on his nest of bees or something.
Yeah, he really needs to move the nest of bees into his units. Bombard now coming out as well. Like, certainly, he has a free path. Oh. Onto the landmarks. He's just not going for it at the moment.
He probably could have fooled his villagers already, but he's taking his time. Don't get too excited, guys. This isn't a YouTube video. We didn't pre-plan this.
Cav archers, the horse archers, the elite horse archers. Thank you to the Rus Empire for donating those horse archers to the Mongolian cause.
He's trying to protect the bombard. Musafati on all angles, though, and they're gonna get up on it. That's gonna neutralize some of his siege. Down it goes.
Top one and a mango. A mango as well. Where are the horse archers? Oh, mango got taken down somehow. Must have been sprinkled somewhere.
Here comes the horse archers.
But they're the horse archers. Oh, they were needed there in the fight, and now the archer count, for certain, it's rather low.
Yeah. Man, I thought he was just going to pull his villagers to snipe his landmarks, and...
He killed the cattle at least, so the food income for Mista is really low now.
Yeah. Look at the economy,
kind of
70 to 44.
Yeah, that's still a big difference.
Did the corral die? Did the Fulani corral die?
Fulani corral, I don't think... Actually, it might have died. It took a lot of shots. It was at least on fire at one point.
Oh, it survived.
Moving back. Yeah, it's still on fire. It's getting repaired, though. It's getting repaired.
Man. That could have been helpful. I don't know if Zerton can pull his back, his economy.
Nest of bees.
Look at his food.
He just needs to defend the siege. Then, like, if he gets the siege upper hand, I don't think there's a lot that Mista can do. He's also getting, once again, some palace guns for free. Like, the free units really make a big difference here right now.
Yeah, it's a very interesting choice. And I never really thought about it. Like, yeah, the horse archers counter a lot of this Musafati spam.
A big issue, though, is that Zerton, he's been rallying his villagers forward. And, like, just right for free into the base of Mista, and they just get taken down here.
Oh, yeah, look at...
A second nest of bees has come out now. Like, I think he threw away, like, 6-7 villagers so far. Just rallying them into the...
Mista could drop a keep if he wanted to. Look at all the stone he's got. He also could just
drop a couple of keeps. Once again,
this has been a wild
warriors coming out. Definitely has been. I think the mass Musafati warriors, just the count right now, it's so big. Like 60 Musafati warriors, 14 archers are never going to be enough. The men at arms are never going to be enough. Palace guards never going to be enough.
There we go. He's going to go after the landmarks.
He needs to fight in like a big choke point. That would still be good here right now, for certain. Able to take those down with the TC. It's going to be worthwhile for him.
TC down.
And second landmark has been taken down. Landmark victory approaching. And this is so rough right now. This is absolutely just
I still
really,
feel like
really
it's advantage Mista here, but...
Yeah, in theory, economically and militarily, Mista should be the one in the lead here. I feel like if Mista just gets a single Culverin out, there's nothing that Zerton can do.
Oh, what was that sound I heard? Oh, that's Bombard.
That was another nest of bees. Zerton, the Mongols, is now up to 3 nests of bees, and there's more palace guards in queue right now as well. Feels like the Mongols just kind of turned to China all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's got to protect him though. Like, he's gonna keep him from getting surrounded by 85 Musafati warriors. He's taking his time. Like, that Bombard could get picked off at any point by a stealth Musafati.
Could use a Bombard potentially to, like, take down houses here, but yeah, I think he should. If he just takes down the houses, he would get a lot of resources from it, right?
Because the Musafati warriors, yeah, you're right. Oh, is he gonna just let the Bombard die? No.
Looks like it. Feels like it. No, pulling it back now. Notice it. He does have an outpost here in the front, so he should be seeing Musafati warriors, even if they're stealthed up.
Yeah, that's a difference now. Enough. Those nest of bees could really make a big difference in this next. Okay, we see it. Look, Musafati coming back. This is the same thing as from last time, but this time there's 3 nest of bees, and he's gonna have line of sight on them as they're running in. You see the surround. They're on all sides, getting ready to go in for a party. Let's see what happens.
Needs an additional building next to the Kurultai to like really form a choke point here. I think the outpost just isn't enough. He's
falling back. He knows it's coming.
42 archers.
Is the Khan in there? Trying to protect the nest of bees. Khan sends out the arrow.
All the units walking the wrong direction.
Can he hold?
It's so tough.
The nest of bees have provided massive value here. And they stay alive.
So much value.
Oh my gosh.
They actually stay alive. Zerton
what a hold.
Wins the fight. Lost the Bombard.
Mista could make 1 Culverin and it would provide a lot of value there. But he doesn't.
Yeah. Zerton, for the last 10 minutes, he's been on 45 villagers and just not climbing at all.
It's hard to imagine he's holding this fight. Those free units have paid dividends.
Yeah, they've been doing their work now getting some elite Roost Knights out as well. So.
Not ideal versus Musafati, but
he'll take them. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Looks like there's a particular anti-siege unit in queue right now.
Some have called it the creme de la creme of siege units.
I mean, Zerton, he needs to pull all of his villagers now if he wants to go this, but I think it's too late. I think now Mista has got enough in order to
I think he's doing
take the sound with that Culverin.
I see some vills there. Okay. Here it comes. Will Zerton win a base race for game number 1? Zerton, where are you going? Does he not know it's there? He knows it's there.
Wrong direction.
There's a Culverin.
Oh, he's pulling everything. Oh, but it's not going to be enough. The Culverin has to pull the units back. Units go back. Oh no, the Kurultai is going to block it.
One nest of bees down.
Nest of bees down. The villagers are trying to burn it.
It's all up to the villagers. Here come the Misafati warriors.
It's gonna be enough. All the knights trying to flank around, but
yeah, it's a good little flank there, but the siege is already dead. They can't get in there.
The archers are gonna have to carry this one.
They're holding. Villagers dying. Oh my gosh. I don't think he's gonna get it. I think he's just...
The archers are still doing a good job against the Musafatis at least, but...
His villagers are dying. That's his siege unit, his villagers right now. He's killing the Musafati. How many villagers left there, though?
Not a lot. I think like 8 villagers, probably.
They're repairing, too. Oh my gosh.
God,
what is happening?
What a mess.
What? Is this such... Oh, there's a bombard! Oh, he has to protect that.
He has to protect it.
Oh, yeah, you're
trying to get it.
Oh,
it's getting it.
It's dead. The javelin's gonna kill it.
Down. It's Patrick. Oh no, the Patrick.
He got one shot.
Oh, it's not enough.
Oh my gosh. What in
are being
the
made
world?
Right now as well.
What a game. Here comes more villagers.
More villagers. Oh, they're taking out the cauldron.
Oh, but he has no siege.
Zerton suddenly has 2 additional nests of bees as well.
He doesn't have the army to protect shooting at a house.
Oh no. Yeah.
That's
what
boy.
they're doing.
What on earth is happening? What are we
This
watching?
is the definition of messy game. If
A ram would be
witnessed
nice.
A messy game. Think again.
He's trying to go after
Where
the
are
food
the
bills.
going?
She's trying to raid.
He's denying the food eco.
Does Zerton have any eco right now?
Oh my god. Did Mr. grab the upgrade to repair faster? Because that building was repaired really quickly, but...
Here comes Culverin.
Another Culverin in the queue, yep.
They one-shot Nest of Bees, don't they?
But now Zerton has 3 Springles.
Yeah, but will he see it in time? Where's that Culverin? Find that Culverin.
The main army from Zerton right now, it's all 3 units. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, they're back there. Okay, 2 mangonels. I don't know.
Oh, the Springles up walking too far forward. Have to be careful. So careful.
This is freaking nuts. Okay. Well,
Zerton is taking the cattle that he's killed.
Is he eating them?
Yeah, he's eating him. Just made a girl next to him.
Oh my gosh. All of his villagers on the right. This is how Mongols were meant to be played. Nomadic at its truest sense. On the front line, eating the cows of his fallen opponent.
Bombard is coming out again.
Keeping that...
the Cruelty?
Yeah, the Cruelty's alive still.
There's another Trebuchet coming out.
Oh, if he can just hold this position.
Yeah, and the Trebuchet
What is his line of sight up here
with
his towers? I want to know what he can see.
I'm not sure. Does Zerton even have rolling
There's Culverin, top
right
left.
Now?
Okay, does he see it?
Oh, there it is.
He sees it.
He sees it.
Closing in. Feels like a campaign mission. This feels like a wave defender.
He's got taken down. Now he spots it. But oh, no, the Springle pathing. Has to be so careful here with the Springle pathing.
He gets it. Culverin goes down. Nest of Bees survived.
Down.
Here comes mangonels, but can he kill them with this? Springald has to do damage right now.
The Nest of Bees just did good damage, but the Culverin takes out another one.
He takes out 2 mangonels though, and the Culverin. I think Zerton's gonna hold this.
Zerton's gonna do it. Oh, the Springles, they do it. It's taken down.
Oh my gosh.
The Trebuchet and the cannon is coming out.
What
is this? What the hell was that game? No way.
Oh my gosh. Zerton takes the win. 1 point on the board with what feels like a 2-hour game of like no villagers. Look at that. At like the 25-minute mark, Zerton, through the power really of the Cognate Palace, is able to take it to the Malians and beats the Musafati warriors. What an insane game.
I'm saying, I made the Cognate Palace before it was cool, but man, certainly he pulls it off in a tournament game. Like, in a way I've never seen before. The Cognate actually wins him the game in the most insane fashion I've ever seen. And man, that was such a deserved victory. And
that wasn't even like
God, it was.
It wasn't like it was like a one. You get those hype moments that are like 60 seconds of Vilpool. Like, will this work? That was like 30 minutes of like, is he dead? Is he about to win? Is he dead? Is he going to do this? Like, it was absolutely crazy. The Nest of Bees playing against those Musafati warriors. I don't know. We didn't see anything other than Musafati, honestly, into that Imperial Age. Like, I think he stopped making Sofa altogether. And then the siege just started hitting. That was just crazy.
And the next game, we already see the civilizations. It's going to be Malians this time for certain against English. And this is a really, really heavily Malian favored matchup, usually. But Empire Wars, we've talked about it time and time again. It shifts the normal matchups that we know, that we think we know. And in this one, maybe the English is going to be in a position to mass enough units to actually deal with the Malians here, especially from Mista. We know he's like this mastermind with the English. He does different strategies. He's the one that makes horsemen. And maybe this works for him here against the Malians. And man, I'm very excited to watch this one. Fellas, if you haven't yet already, if you still have that Twitch Prime lying around, I consider that a cardinal sin if you don't use it right now here on EGCTV. We've had so many incredible games here today. And man, this set, Zerton vs. Mista, it's certainly been starting strong here.
I am legit like just speechless after that previous game. I just can't believe what we just watched for like the last 20, 30 minutes of that previous game. That was wild. That was the first game in this series. Absolutely wild. And man, the Malians versus Mongols, I mean, in the last series as well, has just proved to be crazy on Woodwall. And man, what a hard fought win there with Zerton. So yeah, we're getting ready for the next one here on regions. Of course, it's got some gold dotted down the middle of the map. You got some berries down the southeast. You got some hunts up to the north. So a little bit of something for everyone. But chat, let's see some hype there. Let's we got a hype train actually rolling, speaking of hype, but throw some emotes in there. Get excited because this is crazy. We got over 2,000 people watching right now. Empires at war. And yeah, that was peak competitive upset crazy. I don't know. Comeback? I don't know.
I mean, it just reminded me like kind of that Wolfenstein scene in the metro where both dudes are just kind of like ramming knives into each other and just hoping the other one passes out first. And yeah, Zerton going for the slow but deadly push. And Anonymous coming in with the 20 gifted subs there. Thank you. Very much appreciated, Anonymous. Wow. And fellas, if you want to support EGCTV, be like Anonymous, gift subs, donate.
I need a gifted sub to be clear, everything. So somebody gift me a sub, please. Thank you so much.
Patreon as well, if you want to support EGCTV. All the tournaments that they're bringing to you live over here on Twitch does go a long way. And man, we're just getting started. This is only set number 3. We only have just started. That was only the first game of set number 3. We still have a lot more to go. Potentially another set right after that one.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so some more Malians coming on out. And Elalu, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I'm back. I always rely on the community to carry my sub for EGC. But yeah, it's good to see. Is there anybody in chat who was around for like the origin story of EGC? They originally we did AoE3 tournaments here on this channel way back in the day. That reminds me,
AoE3. All right. Pesty, I hope you're in the chat right now because recently we had an emergence. We had an emergence again. You guys probably know it. You can see it in the EGCTV channel rewards. So for those of you that don't know, Pesty once a great time ago, he actually beat an Age of Empires 3 pro player, Hazza, also known as Heich, in Age of Empires 3 due to DC, and ever since then, he's been ducking him, and there's a channel reward for 1 million points, and it's been redeemed before. And now Hazza, he has come back in Age of Empires 4. He's getting ready for his rematch against Pesty. And Pesty, I hope you're not ducking out of this one. That's gonna be
I've been saying it since it was redeemed. I think it was like a year ago at this point, but you guys cannot let him off of this. Pesty has to rematch Hazza. Make sure you guys hold him accountable. Hopefully he's not watching right now. You guys need to spam him. This needs to happen, and we should definitely cast it, Crackedy.
Yeah, we need to have it at like the big Vegas LAN event where we're going to be having Pesty fighting versus Hazza on stage. Has to be an extra show match for that.
Yeah, face cams and all. That salt and pepper beard to be out. Yeah. Okay, 30 seconds. We'll be getting into this next one, guys. Hopefully you're geared up. This is a best of 5. Remember, this is the battle for seed number 1 of the finals. So the higher seed you have, that means you get to place versus the lower seeds earlier. So that helps you. It's always good to go into those finals in a little bit of a stronger position, not going against those top competitors. I mean, these guys are all good, but it definitely helps you out. Zerton, of course, being the favorite in this matchup, as you can see, but that could have been anyone's game that last round. So seed means nothing when it gets down to the nitty gritty of these games. Regions coming on up, Malians versus English. And I guess we'll see if Mista gets any points on the board as we're initiating overlay. Man, I wish that timing just worked out perfectly and it moved right then.
Just a couple seconds remaining.
There it is.
Can't wait to see how. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 in our third set of the day. We're seeing My Insanity Zerton playing as the Malians. Empire Wars against My Insanity Mista playing in the color red as the English. What is a game, man? We're playing on regions here. This is such an aggressive map, and Malians, they're known to be really strong against English now, usually in your usual game mode. But this is anything but your usual game mode. Not only are we playing Empire Wars, but we're also having the Mista play as the English. And Mista plays English a little bit different. He has his own style, so to say. He doesn't shy away from making horsemen. He doesn't shy away from taking some weird strategic choices. But for now, it looks to be the usual English opener from what we've seen here earlier so far. We see Council Hall, we see barracks opening. Only 3 villagers working on that Council Hall, though. I think the others are currently working on that barracks. 8 villagers at the same time, building that monster quarry on the other side here for certain.
Yep, and we see a barracks along with that Council Hall, so probably going to be longbows plus spearmen. Against Malians, those age 2 early man arms aren't as impactful because there are the Musafati warriors that hard counter. Holy cow, anonymous gifter, another 20 gifted subs. Wow. Okay, there we go.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Well, Mista going around picking up his sheep and going to see what's going on. Of course, you kind of expect what to see with the English. Zerton with that Monza quarry. And I'm assuming we'll set up his cow boom not far after there. First man arms coming out.
Now, the thing with English here, why I think that this matchup could actually go a little bit different than it usually does, is English start immediately with 8 farms. So they have a lot of food income straight up to go. And with that, I think they can actually produce a lot of units against the Malians early on. And I think that's really kind of like the best way to counteract the Malians. Like, they have a lot of really good units. So you kind of like need to outmass them. And the Mista already starting with the first couple of men-at-arms. That also kind of forces Zerton potentially into Musafati warriors. And he can't make Musafati warriors right now because he invested into double archery ranges. So double javelin throws here, now being queued for him.
Okay, so he sees his man-arms coming. And now we've got both players in the feudal age, wheelbarrow and in queue for both. Looks like they've got that taken care of. And yeah, we're going to see as those that second pit mine gets set up. Looks like to the northeast side. So you can see the large gold veins are in the middle of the map on this one. They're not off to the side. So you've got your kind of your 2 golds close, the smaller ones, and then you have to fight over those big boys in the middle. So map control can be extremely important. And you know, Malians like to sometimes when these are on the edge, like sneak a pit mine over to the corner to the large gold vein. But it's going to be hard for that to happen here.
Yeah, if a pit mine comes up, I mean, both of the gold mines right now, for certain, they're both forward, so that's a little bit awkward for him. If aggression comes in, Mista will immediately have a spot to put aggression on. Certain for now, he just keeps massing up those javelin throws. I think that's the right choice here for now. Just massing up a lot of them. I think currently the way Mrs. Army is going, if he scouts it, he could also potentially think about just adding a couple of sofas. Sofas in the Feudal Age, they don't have the most, like the biggest amount of armor, but what they do have going for themselves, which is quite good against the Men-at-Arms here right now, is that they do a lot of bonus damage against infantry. And with that, they can take some really, really great trades there. They're also a little bit tankier than your normal horsemen. With that, they overall just trade really well against what Mista currently has. Have to be careful, though, if there's going to be some spearmen coming out as well. So for the javelin throws, just kiting around. And now we do see Mista going for an outpost here. A little bit further away, out of the line of sight from Zerton, is very likely getting that one up. And with that, he's going to be getting that network of castles, aura, on his units. Get some bonus attack speed.
And a smart move, he built this just a little further back because his javelins do have considerable range and you don't want to lose that villager. So he'll get that up eventually. It'll be just far enough to give him that that network of castles bonus. That'll be nice. We do see this javelin trying to pick off the longbows. They are getting in range, getting some good shots. Zerton really microing well there and picking off those longbows, trying to avoid the damage of those man-arms. You know, we said that tower is just a little far back, but Zerton is right up on it. He's trying to stop it from going up. He's killing every one of those volleys, taking out a longbow. Man-arms can't keep up. They skipped leg day. And, yeah, that was look at all the dead longbows on the ground.
Yeah, javelin throw is absolutely no slouch there. They are faster than those men-at-arms, so are effectively able to kite them out. Now, villagers going forward, though. That outpost a little bit greedy, very unlikely to be going up. Javelins, once again, picking up those longbows. Careful there, though. No +1 damage upgrade yet coming out there for Zerton.
Zerton has been idled off
armor
gold.
upgrade first. Yeah, he's not getting a lot of that right now. He's gonna need more gold in order to keep up the javelins, but he does still have a lot in the queue. Should be able to keep massing them for the time being.
Between the Mons Quarry and the two pit mines.
Javelin. Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot of passive gold at the same time, right? Like, he's on 400 gold per minute right now.
Okay, tower
absolutely, like, Malian passive gold income. Absolutely insane.
You know,
now, though, the aura is there on the units. Bonus attack speed coming in. Zerton, though, effectively kiting back.
It looks like villagers trying to age up. Look at his macro.
Yeah, he is getting the resources for an age up, and I think he probably just feels comfortable enough to hold right now with the javelin throws.
Yeah, javelin are great in a defensive situation like this.
Yeah, but has to be careful because Mista is doing a great job of microing down the javelin throws with his longbows, and yeah, it looks like Zerton noticed he has to reinvest a little bit more into javs.
These villagers have been idle for some time right there. Those ones have been kind of chilling.
Yeah, Zerton, it's difficult for him, right? Like, he really wants to go onto that gold, but all his gold is forward. Mista even, like, looking back and forth between the gold, checking if he's there, and yeah, that's a ton of idle time. Don't think Zerton can really afford that right now, especially since he also wants to go into those sofas right now.
Man, yeah, I feel so bad for Zerton having these double forward golds right now. Like, it's really impacting his plan right now.
Yeah, exactly. But it also means that Mista is just playing it correctly right now. I think like something that Zerton could potentially do is just make a market and trade out some of the wood that he's getting at the moment. That's totally a way for him to like inject a little bit of bonus gold into his economy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Javelin's still trading out here, but it's a little bit difficult because now the longbow mass is climbing. They have more range, they have more attack speed. Makes it harder for the javelins here to trade effectively. And now Zerton trying to build a tower. He does have a sofa. He does have some horsemen, or rather warrior scouts, but it's not enough. And it's getting forced back once again. Outpost going down, or rather gets cancelled here.
Yeah, man. It just feels like he had that food to age. He's been completely shut down from gathering gold, and he's been surviving on the passive gold, but he's had to make units to keep alive with this push. Not to mention he's probably spending some of that gold. How many cows does he have down there? Does he even send any of that up? I'm not sure if he really has any.
I don't think he has any cattle at the moment
gold,
at all.
No way. He has 2 of them.
Oh, he's 5. He's got 5, so
yeah.
Did invest a little bit in there, but yeah. I mean, Mista, he's just keeping up the pressure non-stop right now, and I really wish that Zerton would just make a market and trade out the gold. Else, I'll see no way for him to move forward from this position anytime soon. Either that or just reinvest a lot into units and try to break this. But it's getting really difficult because the men-at-arm count is also rising, close to 20 men-at-arms now. And countering that with sofas is going to become dangerous. Yeah, sofas are moving out now.
He's going to see this with the tower. Okay, so the sofa could make a big difference here because he doesn't really have any spearmen on the field. Looks like he's going to fight there in the middle. Trying to stay away from that longbow mass. Yeah, that's a good little run by there.
Maybe this buys Zerton a little bit of freedom, but never mind. Mista once again just pushing forward. And he's just grouping back up his reinforcements. Doesn't send them out one by one. Makes sure they're not getting just sniped out. Just need to be careful there. That's a big longbow mass. They're actually doing critical amount of damage right now to the javelins.
Yeah, they do.
And it looks like Mista's just pushing in.
He's going for it. A lot of man-arms there. Sofa coming back home, it looks like.
No villagers in the TC right now, so it doesn't get a ton of defensive fire here. TC only tickling the longbows right now. There is a market out for...
Oh, those villagers running in.
Villagers. Loses a couple of villagers there again. Has to pull the other villagers there as well.
Is he going to run through the wall?
Sofas were able to take down the outpost there, but... I mean, Mista, he somewhat threw away his main army there, right? And behind that, he does still have a great economy, though. Like, he's got additional farm setups going, and that pretty much 1,000 wood right now per minute. Oh, man. The villagers, though, getting a little bit stuck there on the wood line. Loses a lot of them.
Here comes the Sofa. There's a lot of longbows still.
Great here. Yeah, Sofa's still going to be a great meat shield here against the men-at-arms. It looks like the Lumbermen are actually focusing the javelin throwers here. Only just now switching again to the Sofas, and with that, Mrs. Army is going to get reduced in size by quite a bit, but he still has enough from the looks of it.
Zerton's eco has been kind of dwindling right now. He's not gathering a lot, but holding on. And if he can just like take out that English army, I mean, he's still got half as much of army size. That's the problem. But he did kill a decent amount of his man-arms, which were the bulk of what was kind of causing some problems there. There's still a lot left. What, 16?
Yeah, now Zerton actually has gold access again. That's the big thing here. He's also got an outpost there, which has been reinforced, so it's gonna be take a bit in order to actually burn that one down. Looks like Mista actually still wants to go for it. Now he notices, wait, that's reinforced. Sometimes it's difficult to tell.
It is.
Yeah. And with that,
he burnt the tower, so they're not getting the speed bonus that they were before. That's what he did with the Sofa earlier.
Rebuilding it. Yeah, he's rebuilding it right now with 3 villagers, so he's gonna get that one back up.
Oh,
the villagers went down here. Oh no, that is not looking good right now. Zerton trying to pick off reinforcements once again, but Mista so aggressive here. Pushing in again with all of these men-at-arms.
Lots of man-arms.
Spearmen in there as well.
Full javelin, look at that. Now getting a critical mass, he can start to pick some of those off. And he's doing some raiding of his own on the armies, but looks like he does have a tower back up.
Down the reinforcements.
Lots of unit micro on both sides here. I feel like the passive eco of the Malians has helped Zerton quite a bit. Even just adding those few cows.
For sure would just be dead without the passive eco here. Like 19 villager losses, like what civilization can realistically still be in the game, losing 19 villagers?
Yeah.
The Malians can.
Well, I was a little worried earlier who spent some of that gold on that. I was worried that wasn't going to work, but I think that probably really bought him a lot of time with a lot of the idling that came in. Okay, so Mista.
There's a lot of javelins out now.
Yeah, they can probably.
With that, he should be able to pretty much one-shot men-at-arms.
That is going to be a game changer. That is a game changer. Look at that, splitting his fire there. This is massive. Zerton taking out the man-arms. Sofa still
getting picked off.
Yeah, does he not notice this? Because this has been going on for a while.
I think he notices, but I think like just 3 Sofas, you kind of expect them to go down at some point in time, but wasn't the case here. They did a lot of damage there on that back line. Destruction value actually in favor of Zerton here this game, but behind that, Mista, he's soon clicking up to the castle age. That's how great the food economy is for the English. Also walling himself in behind this.
Yeah.
Castle age just around the corner.
Very good hold from Zerton. I feel like a lot of players would have tapped out earlier here, and he's fought through this mass javelin. And there we go. We see the King's Palace, 18 villagers building that. So Mista is going to be aging up. Now, Ironclad would probably make a little bit of a difference on some of those man-arms as far as some of these shots are go. Not to mention upgrading those longbows, but...
Yeah, 100%. And Zerton, he's got nothing in the tank when you look at his bank right now. Yeah. He's making more cattle, I think. Yeah, he made a bunch more cattle in order to fill up these ranches. But right now, his food income is just non-existent pretty much. I think at this point in time, he just needs to completely stop gathering wood. He still has a lot, and send all of those villagers gathering wood to just kill cattle and get food that way. But now Castle Age has come in. And placements also have come in on both of these outposts. But yeah, he's making a ram, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to really...
He really can't drop his second or third pit mine either. It's forward. Like, he's not in a position to take advantage of that, age
look
up
at that.
when
It looks
he gets
like
to the next
Mista is
stage.
trying to wall him in.
Yep. Try to grab the relics, contain his opponent. Okay, we see a ram. There's his upgrade man-arms. They don't have Ironclad yet, but he's got enough javelin. It's not gonna matter a ton at the moment. Look at the micro.
The upgrade's coming in soon. Looks like Mista only wants to take down the ram right now. Zerton pulling some villagers to repair that. But the javelins are still taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, their fire got split a little bit as they got surrounded, but Zerton holds on to that. I'm sure the cattle have continued to increase there in the back. And now we're going to see Ironclad in just a few seconds. That's going to be extra armor for those man-arms. It's going to make this harder and harder.
Food income has increased a little bit here for Zerton. Not enough yet, though, in order to click up to the next stage.
It has a lot of wood in the bank.
Yes. I think at this point, I'm not sure if Musafati warriors make a lot of sense, but yeah, now we see armor-clad. Damage drastically reduced now from the javelins.
Oh my gosh.
He's just taking the fight. Gonna lose so many javelin throws there. Villagers now running back. Couple get taken down on the way out. Actually, doesn't lose one. But the TC fire as well, it's not going to do a lot of damage here. The armor-clad, the men-at-arms, they're just way too tanky. And with that, I don't see a way out for Zerton. He's making more sofas now, but it's going to take a while for them to come out here. And sofas as well, I don't think they're going to be able to beat the
it feels like a few defensive sofa might have helped in this situation. Or Musafati warriors, or even sofa could have helped. He's got 1,500 wood in the bank.
I mean, there's still 50 longbowmen out. I'm not sure if he was able to mass them quick enough, the Musafatis, but yeah, I mean, this is just constant aggression out there from the English. And I mean, I talked about at the beginning here that usually the Malians are favored in this matchup, but because of Empire Wars, being able to outmass your opponents, Mista did exactly that, and with that, looks to be in a winning position right now against Zerton here in the second game in the set.
Yeah. Once that Ironclad kicked in, he was unable to kill those anymore. Unless this sofa just like kills every one of those villagers and he doesn't notice it.
Yeah, like we already pulled the villagers back, and
yeah,
more villagers getting killed there as soon as that outpost goes down. He does have more sofas now, but now it's veterancy on longbows, and the sofas in Feudal Age only have 2 armor. It is not going to be enough there to survive against the longbows. They're just getting taken down so quickly here.
Yeah, 2.3k wood. You could start farming for that. Okay, down goes the pit mine
here, and GG gets called.
Takes it. Yep, that was kind of exactly how you named it. That English aggression. Just really was.
Yeah, it was really well executed by Mista, I gotta say though. Like, it's unlucky. It is unlucky that both of Zerton's goals are forward.
I was gonna say
but
that.
Usually, if you realize that as the Malians, what you tend to do is you don't go for the Mansa Quarry. You go for the Sahan Trade Network, and you put that in front of your gold mines. That's the way to play it if you you get a spawn like that. Zerton went a little bit greedy. He still went for the Mansa Quarry. And I feel like that kind of cost him the game then there.
Yeah.
And Mr. just taking perfect advantage of that spawn of his opponent.
Certainly would have been interested to see what would happen with the gold behind, but that can happen on any matchup and just happened to be there today. And yeah, you got to play. The maps are randomly generated, and that's part of Age of Empires, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always exactly the same, as much as sometimes you might want it to be. But okay, that's going to take us to game number 3, and it's a best of 5. So we've got points on the board for both of these guys. We'll see what they pull out here for game number 3. It was looking for a moment there when he got that javelin mass. I thought something was about to happen, but that age up really helped really put English in a good position. So it's going to be Ottomans versus French on Basin.
That's an interesting one. I mean, we've seen what Mr. can do with the French, but I feel like Ottomans kind of just straight up counter that, right? Like, not only do you get the javelins, which counter both horsemen and the knights, and they also do pretty. They like are pretty much even against the arballetria, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
At least if you get the meta aura as well with the bonus attack speed, then I think because the Janissaries have insane attack speed.
Yeah.
Then I think they also trade kind of evenly against the arballetria. And we do know how Red Palace French emplacements are kind of crazy. But the Great Bombard outranges all of them.
Mm-hmm.
From the TC, from the Keep, from the Red Palace. If it gets to like this Imperial Age kind of late game, I put Ottomans ahead of the French. But we're going to have to wait and see how exactly this one is going to be playing out. We do know Empire Wars does like to play a little bit with our feelings, with how we think matchups are going to go.
Yeah.
But in the end, could potentially go in an opposite way. To wait and see. Ottomans versus French. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think precisely what you mentioned. The Janissaries are just so good against everything. The whole lot of the French unit roster, especially when some of those timings of would you get like the Vizier points that sends in a bunch of Janissaries can be a great tempo change. Not to mention with the free siege you might get when we get at the Castle Age. I think probably for Zerton, it's going to be in his interest probably to try to wall a good portion of this map to keep any raiding knights down, assuming that's what the route Mista is going to take. But Mista's really, really on top of his micro as well. So those knights can go a long way on a nice open map like Basin. Think of the last Roosmere we saw when we had 2 deer spawns that were forward. Like that would be not very good against French here if that were to happen again. Yeah, I think probably some walling for the Ottomans would really help as he gets his tempo. And yeah, maybe we could see a Great Bombard. I don't like playing against it, but I'd surely want to see it in some casting because I feel like helpless every time I see these Great Bombards start rolling in.
Yeah, Spy early on could also be great. Just to harass and Spy are really, really great for raid. The bonus range that they get means that pathing for them is going to be quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely much better than for normal horsemen. Normal horseman pathing feels clunky, very, very clunky at times. So the Spy don't really suffer from that as much, and they make for an excellent raiding unit. I think they're also like one of the only units that can really face off against the Arballetria. Because usually once you see Arballetria with all their bonus melee armor coming in from the unique technologies from the French, it kind of feels like you need siege because normal horsemen and spearmen they just don't do any damage to them. The Spy is one of those few units that still is able to get a lot of damage in against the Arballetria and kind of gives you a way out. Then again, as Ottomans, you get free siege anyway in the Castle Age if you go for the corresponding landmark. So probably a non-concern there in that regard. And with that, yeah, Ottomans they have a lot of the tools that they need in order to do a good bunch of damage and take some good fights here against the French.
Yep, absolutely. I'll be kind of watching to see also where that French gold spawns because as Ottomans, it's a nice little spot to target with the spearmen early on or perhaps the Sipahi raids. So that'll certainly be something. So we're about to get in their next game. Game number 3. Again, winner of this decides who will be seeded number 1 in the finals, which is very massive. Both players with points on the board. And this is all part of a $10,000 Empire at Wars Age of Empires 4 Empire Wars tournament. So a lot at stake here, and really a different format as we've seen most. Our standard tournaments so far. But there we go. Initiating overlay. We're going to be getting into this one. So thanks for tuning in here today, guys. And don't forget, you can support the channel on Patreon, or of course, you can do a traditional Twitch subscription or whatever you want it to be. So yeah, thank you everyone for supporting the channel here. And Zerton versus Mista, can't get much better than this as far as matchups go.
Exactly. And game number 3, just about to begin. Game number 3 in our set number 3. So this is bound to be a good one. Basin, Ottomans versus French, just seconds away. Surely we're going to be seeing our transition any second now. And there we go. It's been summoned. Game number 3, we see TheMista playing in the color red, playing as the French here at Basin. On the opposite side, we have Zerton playing in the color blue as the Ottomans. And look at that. That spawn is a little bit better there with the blacksmith. It's very far in the back, so not going to get harassed early on. That's a pretty good spawn there. And we see Mista. There's some actually starting off with his own barracks here. That's interesting. Now, the French, we can talk a little bit about what they get, what's unique for them in Empire Wars. So the French, I believe they spawn with not 2 but 3 bonus villagers in Empire Wars. And they also get a free blacksmith. And let's not forget that French also get their free melee upgrade. I think currently you have to go to Castle Age in order to trigger it, or build a second blacksmith in order to trigger it. Because usually it gets triggered whenever you build the first blacksmith. So it's a little bit clunky at the moment, but you do get around to getting that free blacksmith upgrades in the end. And PM303 coming in with the 10 gifted subs there. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting EGCTV.
Big hype. And I'm looking at those golds for the French. Looks like we got 2 golds to the northeast side of the base. So if you can get in a bit of raiding going up on that side, that would be kind of a nice spot to pressure. Looks like the berries just south of that. And we talked about this deer could potentially spawn mid-map. And we do see that with the French. French do go through their food quite quickly if they're training knights. And both deer patches mid, as well as the boar. Is he going for the boar, actually? It looks like... Oh, no, that was a scout running over it.
That would be a very great food source. Oh, scout.
Ooh.
A little bit too close to the sun. Gets taken down by the TC. And yeah, so far it doesn't look like TheMista is immediately going for 2 TC play, but I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled some villagers and then 10 wants to go for that second TC kind of play here. He already has the wood for it. I'm not sure if he's just going to use it for production buildings or if he actually wants to go for a second TC kind of play here.
Yep, so we got a second military school, a stable, buildings, and an archery range. So this is signaling some feudal gameplay now. A lot of people like to try Ottoman Fast Castle, or even, why Fast Castle? We can just Fast Imperial a lot of times you've seen, but a little tougher to pull off, in these top of ladder games. So we'll see if that works. Zerton seeing that deer, look at him running right by it, probably knowing that's a juicy spot to attack. Mista has a few spearmen, so he actually can keep the Ottomans back from harassing him, which is quite nice.
Look at that. Bunch of sheep coming back to certain space now. Double Knight has been queued by Mista, but certainly he did get a couple of free spearmen early on here with that military school. Puts him on to Sipahi now, so he's going to get some Sipahis out next with those military schools, but also messing archers. Mista also dropped a couple of archery ranges, so it looks like a triple composition right now coming out from Mista, so he wants to go immediately for the aggression there.
You can see
upgrades also being researched by Zerton.
Oh, there's that knight killing the deer. Saving a little villager seconds by having the knight kill the deer, and this is a good way to do it. Okay, so he's got a scout and a knight. Going to be looking to try to hit some kind of raid, probably. See what's going on. Okay, more knights. And Zerton, he could park his scout there in the stealth forest and kind of just see what's going on if he wanted to. But Mista getting ready to come across the field. Looks like he's got some... Oh yeah, he does have some spearmen because he made some in the Dark Age. Not something you really ever see from the French, but welcome to Empire Wars.
This is an interesting composition right now coming out from both players. They're all playing the 1 unit of each kind of production building. Certainly has a good amount of archers out right now. Mista is pulling slightly ahead because he's getting like extra villager production when it comes to the eco count, but Zerton is fine with that as long as Mista is only on 1 TC. The Ottomans is going to be perfectly fine with that as they're getting free military from their military schools. And oh, wall coming out, but at the worst timing here. Justice Knights make their way in, and Zerton's going to realize that, but he's going to pay with 2 villagers for that.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It always feels bad when it's like, okay, I'm going to get ahead of the game. I'm going to build a wall so I don't get raided. And as you're building the wall, like that villager just gets killed.
Unlucky. Spy has to make sure he doesn't die there. Meta has been produced as well. It looks like now Mista is grouping up his units, trying to push forward. Wall gets finished up here quickly by 5 villagers.
A lot of French units here pretty early on.
It's a big amount of military mass, and
no second TC.
I mean, there's no direct answer yet to the knights. The Zapai are nice, but you need a lot of them if you want to take down knights. And at the same time, Mista also has some spearmen of his own. Who I'm not sure if this wall is going to get finished in time there. He's going for it again, only with 1 villager. Quick wall, not happening time. Runs away, maybe gets the villager out in time. Needs to run with the other villagers as well. Villagers aren't running. That's a couple of dead villagers there. Where's the military? They're on their way now, but loses 1 villager again. Oh, he can't go. He can't go. There's more units coming in. He has to retreat further. Needs to pull his entire military back now. More villagers have to retreat. The gold villagers aren't moving back in time. Now they're moving. Oh, but this is so close right now.
Saw their life flash before your eyes.
Seer point has come in. Not quite sure what it's been redeemed on. Now that Zerton has been pushed off of food, potentially he could go for Anatolian Hills, gets himself some bonus sheep. Just to be fine for the moment. Still scouting around with his scout. Makes sure to keep tabs on what his opponent is doing right now.
I'm sure he's calling Anatolian Hills. It's so nice just to stay safe when these knights are running around like this.
Yep. Finds the units here from Mista as well. Oh, has to be careful though. Spearmen pulling around. Get taken down though by the archers. That's a lot of spearmen that just got taken down.
Yep.
And those are definitely needed here in the coming battles. Oh, but the spearmen are kind of on the wrong side here for Zerton.
Lots of knights. It's not a good fight for Zerton.
Mista doesn't have pierce armor though, and Zerton has pierce damage. In theory, he could take the fight here. Chooses not to though. Ah, he's gonna lose a lot of units there. Takes down one of the scouts, both the scouts. Kiting towards that gate. It's gonna get through. Now he's fighting. That's a good fight now with the archers. They're doing a lot of damage there to the knights. Oh, but the knights actually do so much damage to the spy as well. You can't take an equal trade there against the knights with spy. It's just not cost effective. But the knights slowly but surely get taken down. I'm not sure. No, this was not a good fight value-wise for Zerton.
Yeah.
He's gonna be somewhat fine because he gets like free military, but still not a great fight for him. And more knights are getting massed here. He's gonna be able to pick off some.
Yeah, the range and the Sabahi make him great at doing this chase like this. Okay, here comes the spearman. He's gonna try to pick that off. And look at the army count. Mista is ahead. He's been able to kind of have control. Of course, he's got these deer back there, so he doesn't want the battle to get pushed back to this point. His opponent, I think, is on the sheep. I think maybe Zerton did go back out on the deer, probably, it looks like. Building walls is the kind of we thought we might see here for the Ottomans. So trying to set up his infrastructure, but we see Mista with a lot on gold. He has 714 gold. I don't know if that was an over macro because of all the micro that was going on, but perhaps he'll throw those all on food now as he tries to, it kind of looks like move towards an age up.
Yeah, Zerton's still making more and more Sapahi right now. It's gonna get a lot of them going, but you need like 2.5 times the Sapahi when it comes to taking fights against the knights. Not quite there yet when it comes to numbers. Is gonna fight some knights here, which he's gonna need to fight right now in order to delay them from stopping his walling.
Yeah, that's the cost. Taking a lot of damage though.
They do so much damage there. I have to be really, really careful with these fights. I feel like right about now is probably when you could argue that going into the vizier point for the imams could be nice in order to heal those units up. But look at that, Mista about to click up to the next age, and I mean, Mista can be surprising. I think it's gonna be the Guildhall, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Royal Institute.
Yeah. Well, and he's kind of sitting back here doing what we, say traditionally is probably more the recommended method. He's going to age up and keep his army alive so he can take advantage of his upgrades. But looks like Zerton might be trying to push out. Did he just call in the Janissaries with that Vizier point? Let's see. That was probably another military school.
Have been called yet. I don't think he's used it yet. Either he didn't use it or it's going to be for the military school. There's no additional unit that came out for him.
I'm not sure Zerton's force is going to be able to push out and take this. I mean, he has a fair amount of Sipahi.
He does have a good... Sipahi are quite nice there, and there aren't that many knights anymore.
A few spearmen, though. To pick those off.
Spearmen are getting picked off. Outpost is going to get put on fire. Some villagers going down. Yeah, it's not looking too bad here. Definitely something that Zerton could push further in. Now Castle Age is coming in. Now usually it should be the sign for Zerton to keep pushing, as the upgrades haven't come in yet. And he's actually hit the food economy from Mista right there.
Yeah.
So denying him the food economy
for
some of these upgrades.
Sipahi are basically his anti-cav. No spearmen for Zerton, but you see there, his remaining Sipahi on the front line. He's got a few spearmen coming in behind. He did train a few. So trying to take down that tower.
Fire. Oh, the meta is going down. No more meta buff.
That's pretty big.
But still, he does have a good mass here. This is a
good
what
are those?
Push, actually.
What are
it's buying him so much time. Those are some fancy boys.
French man-at-arms. Yeah, don't see those every day, but there they are. They've got a big feather on their head, and they like to tango with the archers.
Yeah, to be fair, when you're playing against the Ottomans, you have to make men-at-arms. You cannot rely on cavalry. Now that it gets into Castle Age, Mista should know that you can't use cavalry in fights. You can only use them for raids, if at all. Or to try and take down siege, because once the Janissaries come out, it's going to be really tough. And look at that base layout right now for Zerton. Looking really, really good for him.
Okay, and we've got...
we do get a siege workshop immediately here from Mista, so he does respect the siege superiority that the Ottomans tend to just kind of spawn with when they come to the Castle Age.
Yeah.
Couple of spy making the rounds as well. Outposts, gonna spot them out.
Okay, so Zerton going up north, but not gonna find anything there. There's some French walls, of course. I'm assuming those are completed there. So nothing to raid, just kind of see if there's anything out there. And now Mista's got some upgrades. He's got some man-at-arms and some siege going to be on the way here soon. Zerton, now he's aged up with the Imperial Armory, so that's going to be passively generating him some siege units. But honestly, that mangonel that first mangonel that's often so impactful with the Ottomans won't be as good when there's a fair number of man-at-arms out on the field.
Yeah, exactly. Though Zerton, he's got his own fair amount of spy as well as some crossbowmen coming out, also making some men-at-arms at the same time. He's getting a good bunch of units out, and look at the army count. He's looking really, really solid right now. He also kind of not equalized, but he got a little bit even when it comes to the villager kills there early on. Also caused a lot of idle time there on the food economy from Mista. So I think economy-wise, they are kind of even right now, and it gets represented in the income right now as well. Mista only leading a little bit, and that's not accounting for the free units that Zerton is getting with the MIA as well as all the military schools.
Yep, and both players kind of sitting on their side of the map. You see the armies kind of massing, both chilling out, getting upgrades, planning their next moments. We're going to see there's probably have some big fights here once their armies get online. Of course, Mista wants to guard those 4 deer.
Gonna ask our wonderful observer, Vodka, who's been with us here this entire evening, to check out that Guildhall. Let's see what resource Mista has that Guildhall currently on. See what he's gathering up in that one. And he is going for food at the moment, and that kind of tells you what the game plan is, right? We've seen it before. Mista, when he has the Guildhall on food, he just gathers up a lot of gold, tries to accrue the food there in the meantime, in that Guildhall, and then once he has enough, he takes it out and suddenly goes up to the Imperial Age.
Yeah, that's going to be massive. So Mista playing little bit passive here, which is not very like Mista. We're used to seeing him scrambling all over the map here, but he's planning up some kind of master offensive here. Let's see if there's Sabahi go for a little raid.
Did Zerton call the Janissary company? All of a sudden, he has 8 Janissaries out, so that might have been something that he did.
Yeah. Okay.
The spy catching a couple of these archers that were trying to roam around.
Yeah,
the
what were they
relics.
thinking? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's right about that timing where
he's looking for the
Mr.
chop
also
through.
wants to go for the relics. Yeah, they're all just going for the relics right now, it looks like.
Yeah. Where's that villager going?
He probably tries to make an outpost there somewhere.
The villager's going to try to get the relic. He's not strong enough.
Both Zerton and Mista, as far as I know, are like very, very big fans of random outposts on the map.
Yeah. Line of sight is king, baby.
Information is key, and there we go.
Big
Army
force.
from Zerton is moving out, but Mista, he does have his own mangonel. Zerton has a mangonel as well. Second one is on its way, not produced yet. That outpost is gonna get torched down. Looks like Mista is just surrendering that, but look at that. He took the food out. He's going up with the Red Palace now.
Oh boy! So we've got H4 coming up there. That's not... I kind of thought that Red Palace might be on like the next gold or forward or something, but I guess he's got
Can't put it forward. The army is there, so has to play it a little bit more careful. But look at that. This stone that he's getting right now, that is not stone for keeps. That is stone for TCs, I feel like.
Oh, really? For Mista?
For Mista, yeah. I think he's
it
just
scales
gonna drop,
with each age,
TCs.
so yeah, it would be quite good, huh?
Maybe one keep, and after that just TCs. But there we go. First additional TC already being built there. Another one on the other side. Yeah, he's just spamming TCs out right now.
Okay, so Ottoman Deathball coming forward, taking out some of the military production. Of course, yeah, there's that gold vein that's just about empty. It's kind of interesting spot he put it there. But yeah, losing some of those buildings, losing some of that infrastructures could a little hurt. He's trying to boom behind this, so maybe give Zerton a little window to do a little something. Yeah, get away from that thing.
Zerton has to be careful. Pai moving back again. That's 120 damage with every single attack there. Loses 2 Sapai just for looking at it.
That's what you get for looking at the Red Palace.
Oh man, just so many TCs being built here right now. I feel like Zerton probably has a shot at this. If he now like doesn't follow the bait, go for his own Imperial Age, but just mass up some trebuchets that you still have access to. That could still be a way for you to like take down these TCs, these
kind of pulling back.
the Red Palace. And then just, like, right now, Mista is just investing so much into additional TCs. And with that, he's also going to need a lot of food, right? Like, Mista right now, he has no food. With all of these TCs, he can't keep up. He doesn't have a farm transition going behind that. He's got a lot of stone, could potentially drop some additional keeps, but that's about it. Like, if Zerton just goes for traps here, Mista could be done.
What's in that guild hall? Has he cashed that out?
Cashed it out earlier. Right now, it's still a little bit of food.
Yeah,
He's probably cashed it out before it goes down. That's a big army right now. We can already see that TC in the back, the main TC. Every now and then, that Red Palace emplacement just killing the men-at-arm there.
Mista has no food right now. Like, he's made all these town centers, but look at his food and his wood. Like, he can't do a whole lot at the moment. Half the army size.
Too hot. The question is going to be, does Zerton realize how he can like close out this game? Yeah, trebuchets needs to be the way. Like, you can't make rams because rams just... I mean, they do work, but not against the Red Palace. Once there's like 15 units inside the Red Palace, the rams get taken down very, very quickly. I think it's like 2 volleys and then the rams are down.
He's sitting back passively. It looks like he set up a farm transition.
His own second TC. Yeah, Zerton has his own second TC in.
But that French eco will be stronger every time if he sits back, so...
It looks like maybe Zerton is going for his own Imperial here. If he's going for his own Imperial, if he gets the Istanbul Observatory, he still has a way to win in the late game with those great bombards.
Oh, that
just getting there is going to be hard.
Damage. Yeah, he's going to back away from that. Okay, so he's scared of the one mangonel. I'm not sure it was supported enough, but it was enough to scare him away. Going for stone up top.
Sipahi getting some information there. Look at that. TC is probably going to be in range to make sure the Sipahi aren't going to burn through the wall there.
How many town centers do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4 town centers. 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 town centers.
TCs. And these are French TCs. They are worth as much as like six TCs from other civs.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty massive. I feel like it was a bit of a gamble. Mista was just kind of hoping that Zerton would stay back, but it's paid off here.
Yeah, Zerton definitely looks like he wants to go to Imperial H here as well. I mean, Zerton is contesting the resources on the map, right? Like he's getting keeps up on the major, on the big golds here.
2k plus stone.
Yeah, I feel like Mista, he wants to like push out once and then like just drop a bunch of keeps and get map control like that. Unit-wise, he's not in a position to take map control anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Zerton is about to age up. That's for certain. And then Istanbul Observatory. So that's going to be increasing the output of these military schools and that, of course, that siege landmark. And that usually translates into great bombards. Yeah,
I want him to just not rely on the MIA here, but instead also just like have 2 siege workshops and immediately produce like 2 great bombards. With those, he's going to be able to immediately take down these secondary TCs because right now, Mista, he's using these TCs as like semi-keeps.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't they get upgraded by the Red Palace?
Everything, like TCs and keeps all get upgraded by the Red Palace, and they all get the emplacement, which is what, like, look at that. He's just creeping forward here with additional TCs.
That's what he's doing.
Every TC here has like as much DPS with that single shot as a normal keep. Maybe even a little bit more. Like these TCs are effectively keeps.
That's so many villagers. Oh my gosh. Okay, lots of it. 20 villagers in there though for grabs if you can surround this. I'm not sure if
those are gonna go down for sure here. That's gonna be a big catch. Also the resource that Mista just invested into those TCs.
Yeah.
That's a big
10
pull
villagers.
here, I'm certain.
Okay, that's gonna be
very nice.
Good equalizer as he's done a little bit of a villager boom of his own. It looks like some of the villagers do escape. I thought he might wrap around there and prevent that, but yeah, nice pickup. But on the other side, French pushing in. Oh, he was adding stone walls. Wow. Picks off a mangonel there. Sees another
thing down it.
Keep. Oh my gosh. I hope he's using the ability there. Doing a lot of damage against those villagers.
Going up. Yeah, picks up a couple more villagers. I mean, good that he's keeping the villager number a little bit low, but I mean, Mista has enough TCs to just immediately replenish. But the 2 TCs, that definitely did damage there, right? Like, that's a lot of resource that Mista invested into those. Lots of stone as well. Finite resource.
He's got all 3 sacred sites. For what that's worth.
Look at that. The men-at-arms, they're just getting taken down by TCs. Armored unit, men-at-arms.
Oh my gosh, just, like 3 shots?
You know,
4?
I had a discussion with somebody on Reddit saying that the Red Palace emplacement is only a small buff. It should be it should honestly get buffed.
Oh
but
my
man,
gosh.
looking at that, yeah, it's really not a small buff. It really isn't.
Okay, Mista's army count still pretty low. Villager count high though. He's also, you can see, grabbing those Imperial techs for his cav. Interesting choice considering the Janissary is on the field, but maybe he can avoid them. And yeah, that sacred site did go down ultimately, it looks like. So distracting his opponent. Any bombards? Oh, he has 2. 2 great bombards.
2 great bombards in queue.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Mista only just now starts repairing that guild hall. Wasn't gathering any resources here the entire time with that. Certainly, he's looking in a really, really good position right now. Like, if it gets to late game, like, look at that. Mista, he's now making a lot of horsemen. But Zerton has Janissaries, 12 of them. And with their attack speed, and Sipahi as well, those horsemen aren't going to do a lot. Oh, he has to make sure that his great bombard
The
is going to be
sound of
protected.
that
That's
bombard
gonna be key.
is like the best sound effect in the game.
It is very
It is a
satisfying to
great
hear.
explosion. Let's hear it.
Oh,
Come on, fire.
it's packing up again. There we go.
Okay. It feels like Zerton is just trying to stonewall the map so that he can just focus on just pushing his mega army down mid.
Yeah, Zerton, I mean, he is the one here that has like the quote-unquote slow army right now. Mista is the one that's like fully consistent of horsemen. The wall isn't fully finished there, but yeah, he needs those walls, he needs those keeps in order to actually be able to freely move out. And oh no! Great bombard. Gotta
Getting
go
shot
back.
by
No,
the town center.
gotta
Oh
go back.
man.
Town center.
Gonna
The red
kill the
palace
bombard.
emplacements taking down the great bombard. No, it's
Oh, this is out of control.
red palace is a good landmark.
Wow.
It's just a small buff. It's fine.
Red Palace kills Great Bombard.
I mean, the thing is with the line of sight, right? Like Siege tends to move in a little bit closer than its maximum ranges due to line of sight sometimes.
Yeah, do you think Mista's planning on actually fighting this army or going for landmark snipe? 66 horsemen.
It feels like it might just be a landmark snipe, right? Like, what else are you gonna do with this many horsemen?
Where are they? He's hiding them too.
They're hiding.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at that.
suspicious.
There's the big red blob in the back. That's
Yeah.
what he's going for.
Let's go see that.
He's just hiding them.
Oh man.
He's probably gonna go for literally 200 out of 200 horsemen and
He
then
could
tries
lead
to
Vils.
like. I don't think. Yeah, maybe he'll just lead Vils. Maybe he'll pull them. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like trying to push in this Ottoman death ball is so freaking hard. Like trying to counter that, good luck.
I want to see Zerton like just getting the full Stonewall out, and then Mista suddenly pushing out with 200 horsemen, only to be stuck at a wall.
Little does Zerton know he could be pushing right now and taking out landmarks and about to win this game, but he's like really playing passive, trying to take his time. But
Look at that, like Mista, he's getting out all of these random outposts on the map, but they're not random at all. He uses them in order to scout out where all the landmarks of his opponents are. That's what he wants to know. That's what he's going for. He needs the vision. He wants the information.
yep. Oh my gosh, he's totally doing it. 100 horsemen. Yeah, you don't just run 100 horsemen at like Janissaries either.
He also got royal biology on them. So these are pumped up horsemen.
Juiced.
Oh, he doesn't see that. He's running the villagers in just in order to get the vision on the landmark. Where is it? I need to know. And he finds it. He knows where it is. But he wants the other one as well. Where are you landmarks? Tell me now. I want to know. And he's gonna. Is he gonna find the other one? Nah.
Now he knows it's close to the town center though. They always are. Like that, that one always is.
He must know. Now he knows. And
Oh, I heard delete. Did he just delete villagers?
Ooh, yeah. There's been some deletion going on.
I'm trying to look.
Just
yeah,
two horsemen moving out. Just two horsemen moving out.
I think he's deleting villagers. 73. Yeah, how does he have less vills than Zerton? He's deleting vills.
Yeah, I think he only keeps like alive the food and wood
Imagine
villagers.
the disbelief if like Zerton had actually finished this stone wall across mid map.
Man, I wish, but yeah.
There we go.
There he goes. Here it comes. The army of the horsemen moving across the map. But
I feel like I need to get my trumpet out.
If this gets scouted out, it's getting scouted out. Zerton sees. Zerton knows. Zerton must act. Suddenly, immediately, 10 Janissaries in the queue.
Here we go. Hold on to your butts.
Oh, that's an army. That's an army if you've ever seen one. They're coming in hot.
Oh boy. Dun,
Is Zerton got a quick wall? Is Zerton got a quick wall? The palisade wall? He's not quick walling. He's not quick walling the palisade wall. Quick wall. Zerton, quick wall. It's not happening.
Oh boy. Let's see what he's able to do here. The pad thing is
Janissaries,
awkward.
though?
I'm not sure this will be
Janissaries
enough, honestly. We'll see.
Might not be. A lot of them have already been cleaned up. Look at that. He's going for it immediately. Zerton just waiting for that landmark to get damaged to immediately start. Oh my god, it's going down so quickly. It is going down so quickly. And Zerton,
1, 2, 3.
he's struggling right now. First landmark down.
One down. Okay.
Main TC down, or just about down. Actually, main TC is staying up.
I don't know. Is this gonna be enough? 2 down.
He's pulling everything.
Look at the horseman running super skinny in the back line there.
Oh, the pathing there. Yeah, it's tight, but I think it might stay up. But actually, he's not pulling all the Janissaries forward.
He thinks these are fire lancers. Zerton's
All
like,
villagers
what?
are being pulled. Zerton's pulling all villagers here.
He ain't gonna get
Have
it.
that one stay alive. It is close though. It was close. It was a good attempt here, but actually, he's not dead yet. Like Mista is not dead yet. Even
Yeah.
after having lost all of that, he is still very much not dead yet.
What?
Yeah.
Did he
Okay.
get it?
Okay. It was. No. It was
Mista tapped out.
tapped out.
I was like,
for a
what?
second I thought, oh man, like the landmark, it was so damaged that I didn't see the blue lines anymore. I was like, wait, no, the color disappeared from Zerton, but no, it was Mista. Mista resigned
What a
there.
strategy.
Man, for a second I thought.
I honestly think he
Zerton
should have went
actually
around
tapped
mid
out.
and like waited for Ottomans to push in and gotten like 200.
Yeah.
He was fighting against a
an
lot of units
interesting-
back there.
It's an interesting strategy. We saw it used before against B, and I mean, that was an interesting way to try and end it then with the Mars Horseman. Look at that military count. It went all the way up there.
Man, the flank was in, but
Only
he
to
didn't
go
get
back
it,
down.
unfortunately. Mista
That was close.
had an economic lead throughout and went for a crazy dash there at the ending. Sometimes you get got, you know? It's just how it happens. But Mista has unique strategies. Sometimes pay off, sometimes they don't. Today, Zerton gets the best of them as we now will be moving on to Zerton perhaps being in a match point position. One more win.
We're seeing Tempe.
Tempe.
Look at that.
I don't know if I've seen this map. What is this map like? I'm trying to remember if I've played this one.
This map has first been introduced by in the Conquerors Cup, hosted by Blade 55555.
5.
Infinite Fives, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting map. Like, it's imagine Altai, but you take half of the mountains away on one side,
Yeah.
right? So like,
I think I have seen
it's a
this
little
one
bit more
before.
open. Yeah, it's a little bit more open. It's got 4 sacred sites instead of just 2. I think it also has extra boars, if I recall correctly. So it's a pretty good Ruse map, and we do see both players here picking Ruse in this
Yeah.
one. So we got a Ruse mirror here.
There you go.
This is gonna be match point now for certain.
Yep. Probably no horseman pools here. That was wild. A good demonstration of the power of the Red Keep as Red Palace as well, right? Seeing all those town centers. Look at that beautiful graphic.
Yeah, we got the standings here, and wait. Oh, look at that. Lash. How is he looking? He won 3-0 against Faye. Look at that. Lash actually making it into the playoffs here. We see Marine Lord and Lash in group number A, making it into the best of 16 into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
This is looking really, really interesting. So Lash making it into the top 16. Then we got Lucifron and Kiljardi making it in group number B. Not number, but like group B.
Yeah,
Those are
group
going to be
number
our
B.
2 players from Group B in the playoffs here. Then in round 3, we had B win versus Kaio and Divine win versus Cryosaur. So it's going to be B and Divine moving into the playoffs in Group C. And Group D, Vortex and Magic. Vortex, that's still a set that hasn't been played yet. That's going to be the next one after this one that we're going to be casting here on the main channel, depending on if we don't get like suddenly 2 1-hour games.
Yeah.
And that's what we got currently going on here. Zerton versus Mista. Both these players already guaranteed to be making it into playoffs. This one is just about the seeding. But seeding is also still very, very important. Getting a really good seed could net you some easier rounds there in the beginning. Group number F, SAS and Wham actually, but we don't know what's happening there yet between Wham and SAS, since they're going to be playing off here, and Louis is going to be playing against Myriad. So It's not really decided there yet. It could be that Louis and Wham or Louis and Sass are going to be making it into the playoffs there. Group G, we got Anochat coming in hot, rocking at 3-0 against Shelby there. Lenok, we saw it earlier, 3-0 against Kasva. With that, Anotant and Kasva and Lenok are going to be making it into the playoffs here. In Group G.
Group number G.
Number G, exactly. And then we got H. We saw Recon and Demu making it in Group H.
It's a lot of groups.
Yeah, we got a lot of groups here. I mean, we do need 16 players, right? So
yeah, that's
8
true.
Groups total.
Math works out, checks out for sure. So there you go. There's all the standings, and if that didn't tell you enough, there's a lot of good action going. This is only a very small slice of the pie, and there's going to be those finals of all those players that you know and you love that you're going to get to root on for the finale. Maybe there'll be horseman pools, maybe there won't be. I guess we'll decide if Mista gets through here. I mean, remember game number 1 this series? We had that crazy Mongol down the middle of the wood wall. I mean, didn't expect that game to go that way, so who knows what might be in store for us for the finals.
Exactly. Man, just thinking back of that Woodwall game, that was absolutely such a crazy... I'll have to go back and rewatch that one at some point.
So many questions.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, that was just entertainment pure at Hagen Palace. We rarely see it. It's such an underused landmark, honestly. Like,
I feel like we're going to see it now. People just saw that, or they're going to be believers.
Oh my god. I want to play Kaganet again. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to play some Kaganet after this one. But yeah, Ruse Mirror happening here on Tempe. And that's going to... I mean, what... I'm thinking of like weird or interesting strategies that Mista might be cooking up.
Mm-hmm.
But in a mirror, it feels like you can't really pull anything crazy in a mirror.
We'll see. That's for sure. I'm not so certain on that. But yeah, Roosmere here could be the decider, and then we may or may not have another series after this one. But before we get underway, thanks for joining us today for Empires at War, all part of EGC's $10,000 Empire Wars main event. And you can support EGC and future tournaments by joining the Patreon or subscribing to the channel. You can see all the socials down below. And thank you to many people who have already done so today, but that makes great events like this happen. So thank you so much, and let's get into this. Match point, potentially Zerton playing the Roos up against Mista's Roos, but Mista has the color red, so Roos flag's red. He's at an advantage there probably. We already see the deer being chased after, of course, starting with those 2 scouts for both players and training up another.
Yeah, as a Roos, you already start off with 3 scouts. Yeah. So that's another one of the bonus. Like every single civilizations in Empire Wars does have their own unique bonus. Like we got the Abbasid, for example, start with enough buildings to literally go into that Golden Age 1 straight off the bat. English start with like 8 farms. Roos get a free wooden fortress, an additional scout, and a hunting cabin. Mongols get their uwu already built and 2 pastures. There's a lot of bonuses for every single civilization, and we do actually see a Kremlin coming out here from Mista, and this is interesting. The reason why this is interesting, I already talked about, you get a free wooden fortress as the Roos, so you already have the plus 20% wood gathering. So the only thing you get out of the Kremlin is a wooden fortress, which has a good amount of HP, as well as the gremlins. But the Golden Gate also provides you with a lot of resource advantage here. You can trade out resource, you can get a really, really fast H-up going here. It's Zerton definitely could be looking for fast castle age with that advantage now. I haven't paid too much attention to how the bounty hunting has been going here so far. I'm not sure which player is ahead or behind right now. But if we were to play Bet the Bounty, we don't need specific numbers.
Oh, boy.
Who do you think has more bounty in this one?
Who has more bounty?
It's literally 50-50.
I'm going to go with Mista.
All right. I'm going to take Zerton in that case.
Bet the bounty. Let's see. Grand reveal.
It's like Zerton is at 160. Let's check before that wolf gets killed. Whoa, 190. All right.
Gotcha. Easy.
Are still deer there being killed though? Oh, but so Mista has 2 scouts there.
The mountain deer. I hope someday we get some variety of animals in AoE 4. Like we could have some like mountain goats up
Evacs and
there or
stuff like
something.
that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and AoE2 there's like a lot of variants. So sometimes you get sheep, sometimes you get like goats.
yeah, the hardest thing about adding
Or
a bunch
pigs.
of different like animals is really the roost. Like I mean, if you suddenly have a map that has elephants that have some stupid amount of food or something, right? And it's like,
I
oh,
think it also gets a little bit like difficult with like religions and stuff like that. Like, what if suddenly like you get a map where there's pigs
sure.
instead of sheep? Suddenly it's like, huh? Guess I'm not playing Malians on that one.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna see as we get these players moving into the next stages here. What they're gonna try to do? It looks like multiple
Oh, Mista
town
is just
centers.
gonna be like, thank you for pulling the boar closer to my villagers. I want to kill that one anyways.
Yeah, running around.
Going ring around the rosy here.
There he goes. That was kind of funny.
Oh, looks like Mista doesn't want to kill it right now. Now he's pulling back the villagers. Now he's going to kill it. Oh, villager low HP though.
Oh, we get one? The scout could actually tap him.
Very close.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. Yeah, that kind of helped him out, honestly. Probably close.
Second TC is already up though for certain, so his TC has a good advantage there when it comes to uptime. And Knight is already being produced here right now by certain. Yeah, he's got like 2 villager advantage somehow, maybe a little bit of idle time. And is that, yeah, it's gonna be a third TC coming up from Mista, so he's gonna be playing this one a bit greedy here. Question's gonna be, is certain gonna realize that? Is he gonna go for his own third TC, or if he's just gonna go for Castle Age behind this? Another TC now coming up here for Mista next to the deer spot.
I see a trend here with Mista and TCs, huh?
We did see a lot of TCs in the last game. But yeah, for now, I mean, certain that faster TC certainly did pay off. Certainly.
Did you say
Now it just
Zertonly?
goes into- I did.
Oh my
Now just
word.
a couple of knights being produced. I'm not sure if you can do a lot with those though, because of the Kremlin from Mista. Let's gonna find that one now.
Yeah, this is very similar to
Knight.
the previous Roost Mirror we saw, where it's just kind of 3 TC for both players, chilling out. Is Zerton going 3 TC? Is 1, 2. I'm not sure if he is. He is producing some knights, so
Certain's only on Certain's only on 2 TCs here so far.
going for some military. But of course, there's the Gremlins that could be a factor here.
Gremlin's definitely a menace, but it looks like Certain now is just gonna try to go up to Castle Age. At least he's gathering up the food for it. With 3 TCs. I mean, Mista's gonna have to invest a little bit more food into villager production. 150 food per minute additionally here, coming in just to keep up with all of those TCs and their upkeep. And Certain definitely gets some advantage here now because that second TC was up earlier, so he's not already behind villagers, he's still somewhat even. And it was an investment for Mista, the second TC. An investment that Certain isn't going into, allows him to get that faster age up.
Oh, scout goes down.
It's the scout. Now age up is going to be coming in for Certain. High trade house coming in between those 2 woodlines. That's going to be a good one.
That's a good big one.
Yeah, I'm guessing 220.
I got 221.
All right. We're continuing the theme from earlier.
Chat's got 217, 219, 215. Okay, so knights really haven't provided a whole lot of value here, but we do see.
Look at that value hunting cabin there. He placed it next to the one tree there in order to get a little bit of gold there instead of placing it next to the deer.
Oh my gosh.
One gold per minute. It's worth it. Long term, that's gonna pay off.
Yeah,
for
how
the
long?
extra walking time.
If we play this game for long enough.
Knights aren't going to be able to run around the side there for Mista, as Zerton has already walled that in. And now, High Trade House is finished. Mista made a lot of Knights now, though. Zerton's going to be able to upgrade his first. It's an outpost there in the middle as well. It's coming in now.
Line of sight. Not time to react. Ooh.
Oh, gets in there. Only loses one villager. Oh, that villager is going down on the outpost. That one is not going up.
He was trying to get line of sight too. Just didn't get it up. Mista's got these knights roaming around.
Certainly hasn't upgraded his knights yet.
I was gonna say. I don't know where he's gathering his gold, but yeah, hasn't got enough yet to upgrade.
He does have, like, the knight upgrade is discounted, so he only needs 125 gold for it.
Oh yeah, he has it.
Just hasn't clicked it yet. Now gets a warrior monk out as well. Maybe he just want to get the warrior monk out first, but definitely needs a veterancy on those knights. He's getting crossbowmen in as well, so we do see the typical knight and crossbow composition here coming out from Zerton. And Mista, he's getting close to aging up as well. Probably a little bit of gold remaining until he gets there. Behind that, Mista's going to be on 3 TC, while Zerton's only on 2 TC. I'm not sure if Zerton really has done enough here.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of production buildings coming out there.
Mista has just got a better economy set up here for the long run, but, you know, we'll see where this goes. He might make 100 horsemen. Okay, Knight's coming out for a raid.
At least the outpost is finished, so Zerton is aware of what's going on there. And looks like he did research the Knight upgrade in between. Those look a little bit more silver than they did earlier. And lots of warrior monks in the queue right now for Zerton, so he really wants to get those relics.
Okay, so we've got that landmark going to be finishing up. And now we'll see those upgrades coming in for Mista, immediately getting that Knight upgrade. And here comes Zerton looking to go for a raid. Let's see if he's able to get anything. 152 down there.
Only 152.
What was the guess?
That's more.
Uh-huh.
But you went more than I did, so technically I'm closer here.
Okay, Zerton doesn't go in for a raid. He's going to be backing off. Mista continues his boom. I'm waiting for him to drop some more TCs.
Spears in hand. Looks like Mista's going to go for the next boar there.
Yep, grabbing the relics.
But earlier, there are 4 boars on this map, so definitely hunting grounds there for the ruse. And looks like Zerton's about to be fully walled in. Actually, did he not finish that wall there on that side? That's
where?
A little bit awkward. On the right-hand side, looks like it's not finished. Yeah, he's just going for it now again. Maybe villager got killed there earlier. But yeah, he's going to be getting most of the relics here. It's going to be like 4-to-1 relic in this game for Zerton.
1 fortress
4-to-1 relic, that's like a difference of like 8 to 12 villagers-ish.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but is it enough? Because Mista has like a 10 villager lead right now.
True.
And he can get other stuff other than gold with those. He can
Double
get
siege
wood,
workshop.
He can get food. Yeah, it's gonna be a siege game.
He sees the crossbows, so I expect to see some mangonels coming out here, probably.
Yeah, look at that, Mista. He already has a ton of knights. I think maybe Mista just wants to like overwhelm Zerton here. Oh,
that's how it looks when I try to do it. He pulled the wrong one.
Pumbaa taking names there.
Okay.
Oh, now Zerton has more military mass, and you can also use the warrior monks as military there. Yeah, he did get that 4th relic in. He has to be careful. He needs more outposts in the middle again with all of that stealth forest going on there. Gets a sacred site there as well. It's gonna be some nice gold income for him for now. He also has a lot of wood, so he can also go for his siege play.
Okay, we see kind of the knight crossbow army out of both players. And
went up to 173.
Yeah. Mangonel's coming out for Mista. He's got 2 workshops. Gonna get another one going down soon. Do you make 2 mangonels and then get the speed upgrade, or what's the order you would do it in there?
I don't make siege, but yeah. speed upgrade at some point is probably important, right?
I feel like their slowness can literally be the death of their like a single mangonel.
I mean, usually you just like body block around them anyways. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's too important here, but yeah, Zerton just doesn't have the Knight Mass at all. Like, look at that Mista, 20 plus Knights. Now, Zerton, he has a lot of crossbows, but all of those get like discounted against that mangonel, that single mangonel. Kind of means that all of these longbows are in danger of suddenly getting taken out.
The longbows are certainly in danger.
Zerton's just grabbing all the sacred sites around the map, even the one in the back of Mr. Space. So Mr. is gonna pick a unit, send that one back there. That's a lot of passive gold income. It's gonna take a little bit at least for Mr. to decap that one.
Yeah, moving forward, Mista looking like he's going to go for a little bit of a push. And we got Rams coming out, so that's going to be the answer. Mangonel the Ram.
The gate. He needs to delete the gate. Zerton, he started making a gate there in the wall. Okay, he deleted. Like literally one tap that wall, and suddenly 3 segments of the wall are gonna get taken down there.
Oh, when you place the gate segment.
Yeah. Now he's gonna see the army from Mr. there. Has the line of sight for it now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely needs siege, and he does have double siege workshops. Getting 2 Springles out there right now.
Yep.
Ram out there as well. Looks like Mr. really wants to go for that kind of death push in here now. Zerton, he's also started adding in some spearmen. He doesn't want to play the game of like massing up those knights. Mr. 30 knights almost out on the field, and that's a big count. That's a big army count. Not enough spearmen out yet there for Zerton. Not at all. Definitely needs more.
Decent amount of warrior monks there in the army. Mangonel just doing the siege damage with 1 ram. He's also training more rams, so he's really going to push this fight. The Springald's going to be rolling up here in a second, and there we go. Let's see if they're able to pop that Mangonel. Going to at least get 1 shot off here. He sees it.
Line of sight.
Oh, he dodged it.
Line of sight is gone.
I think it fired, but didn't fire.
Does still have a scout there.
Oh, he's trying to get the Mangonel.
Zerton gets line of sight.
Move those wheels. Oh, he stopped. He stopped. Mangonel.
Oh, the scouts get taken down. No more line of sight for Zerton. He doesn't see anything anymore.
He's able to
Suddenly,
pick up that Mangonel.
Gone. It's all in the shadows.
The stealth force. The Roos's friend in most situations, because they're most likely to have scouts.
Oh, the outpost, but nothing of the sort having been built here right now by Zerton. At least he can see around that side. Does have an outpost nearby. But yeah, now he sees that that's a big knight mass coming out there from Mr.
He's got a lot of crossbows. Look at that.
That's just a huge crossbow knight mass. But Zerton has a lot of them, yeah. And there's no Mangonel anymore. Like, this is the point in time for Zerton to move out. Guess he's probably just a little bit afraid that there might still be more Mangonels coming out, but none in queue yet. This is the point in time for Zerton now to move out.
Yeah.
He's in a good position to do so.
If Mista had
Mangonels though, the knights
are
trying. The knights are burning through. The knights are burning through the wall right now.
Yep, down the south. Yep, they're in. He can just burn whatever he wants right now. Maybe that monastery. Yep, there you go. He's gonna take out that gold.
Oh, you reckon he might want to like steal a relic there?
He's gonna yoink him. Does he have any nearby?
He does have 1. I'm not sure where it is. 1 warrior monk. Yeah, it's just gonna take that one and burn down, then leave again. Is that what he's doing?
Uh-oh, it could get trapped.
He's gonna run around a little bit. Oh, he's taking out a spearman there. He's kiting them down.
Is he gonna take these crossbows with these knights? I think he's gonna try it. There we go.
Oh, there he goes.
No meat shield. Knights move in. They get the surround. They go for the siege on the backline, and that's a lot of free units. Look at that. 2 Mangonels, 2 Springolds. Gets the surround, has his own crossbows, and Mista doing a lot of damage here.
That's a lot of damage indeed. So many crossbows just went down, and actually,
Zerton
might just die from this.
Yep. His knights can just run around forever if he gets this down low enough.
Chop on the other side there of the wall as well. So reinforcements taking a shorter path now.
Wow.
And certainly he has the resource to make more units, but he doesn't have any in the queue right now.
I wish we had an instant replay on that surround Mista did. He like perfectly executed that.
Yeah, That was a beautiful surround, but lots of idle time now for certain. 39 villagers idle right now. And he's behind 30 villagers overall. Does have 3 sacred sites and 3 relics, so he's getting a lot of passive gold income, but he's got 4,000 gold in the bank right now. What he needs on the field is units, not gold in the bank.
Here comes the random rams too.
Just a bunch of rams there to be annoying. Cause idle time as well, potentially.
Seems like he's just checking to make sure there's no villagers down south or something. He just ran down there with his knights.
Units from Zerton are going in the wrong direction. Knights are still down there. It's so difficult to like chase after knights here. Taking down. Oh, looks like Zerton does have a keep there in the back of his base on his farm economy, protecting that. Zerton's food economy right now just not looking good. Wood economy not looking good. And the army count from Mista. Really, really dangerous, and Mista's about to age up to next age.
Okay. There we go.
Oh,
right in the front.
Tower. We're getting a forward Spaskaya Tower. That's a get out of my game Spaskaya Tower. As rare as we do see those.
Yes. Keep landmark, and also we'll unlock stone walls, right? So the Rus can build
you get stone walls here.
Yeah.
And it immediately has emplacements.
Oh,
and
a
lot of bonus HP as well. I think it has like 7.5k or 10,000 HP. It has a lot of HP for a keep. Normal keep is like 5k. Now,
okay, Mista's losing on some of his knights. There's spearmen there. Those knights did not have a good time. Spearmen and crossbows.
Now Spaskaya is going out. Emplacement immediately on there. Immediately starts shooting with that bombard emplacement, Springle emplacement.
No line of sight. Oh yeah, he does have it.
Line of sight. Yeah, just about where the lumber camp is, and now there's actually trebuchets coming out here from Zerton. He has so much gold in the bank, like potentially just buy his way up, but it's very dangerous. And look at that, heap has been placed there by Mista, so he's gonna have full control there. Heap is up there.
Lots of villagers.
He's gonna use the knights though. Villagers getting caught out of position, but can just run through the gate. Be fine. Going into that keep there. Yeah, those knights are kind of getting traded out now, rather than losing their life for free. But a lot of map control here has been gained by Mista.
Yeah, now that he's Imperial Age, we're going to see the knights get upgraded. That's the first upgrade he is grabbing. Trebuchets, multiple, working on that landmark cape. And rams coming from the front door. And this is where Mista might really start to push his tech advantages. Those knights are now Imperial. I mean, they've been doing damage as it is. And now he's got upgraded ones. Now, a lot of spearmen and crossbows there, but down goes one of the trebuchets. One trebuchet still working.
Armory.
Yeah.
Coming in for certain, so he's now following up the age up. That means that he's gonna have access to the better rams though in the late game. Like not only the better ones, but also cheaper ones. The rams from Mista, he's paying a full 250 wood for those. Zerton's only gonna be paying 200.
Okay, so Mangonel's taking shots on the rams, but not doing much damage.
Spaskaya Tower just getting repaired behind that. Can we take a look at just how much HP this Spaskaya Tower has? I'm not sure if it was 10,000 or 7,500. I know it was a lot more than a normal keep. It has 10,000. That has twice the HP of a normal keep. Can we take a look at these normal walls that Mista has added later on, or are these stone walls like next to the sacred site towards the middle? I think. I'm not sure if he just made normal Roost Palisade walls or if these are stone walls. No, it's just normal Roost Palisade walls. I think he could have just gone for the stone walls there as well.
Yeah.
Just to be like, ha, getting use out of that one.
Zerton has definitely been holding on very well. He's got 3 mangonels. Looking at his population, he's getting close to pop max where Mista's been hanging out. Those mangonels could neutralize that crossbow mass. And he is going to be, I guess, chewing into Mista's wood supply with that like never-ending repair on that tower with that trebuchet taking shots.
These raids are becoming really, really annoying here. for Zerton. He's got a relatively slow army composition, so he always has to chase after these knights. But siege-wise, Zerton should be in a really good spot here. But at the same time, Mista, he made a siege workshop at the top side, and now he's just pushing in here with a couple of knights, and potentially could reinforce that one with a ram as well. It does have the walls there, the palisade walls, and a sprinkle in placement. Oh no!
What's happening?
These villagers are they're in way over their head there if they think they're taking down all of these crossbowmen.
I thought that was a misclick or something.
I think he just needs the wood. He needs to go onto that side for wood right now. Because he's running out of it.
Yeah, run out of wood. Mangonel's moving into position.
Oh, Mangonels? Have to protect them.
Yeah. Oh, no, the flank is in.
Mangonels.
Down they go. 1, 2.
They're all getting taken down.
3. Oh my gosh.
And with that, I don't think he's gonna be able to win against these crossbows anymore.
A few Streltsy
he still has the
well.
warrior monk and the spearman, but it's gonna be tough.
Spearman definitely gonna tank a lot of damage, but I'm sure there's
coming in as well.
Reinforcements coming.
I think it looks like Zerton wins this fight at least, so he's gonna be able to go out and get some wood now. So that's a good amount of resource in the bank.
That kind of did the amount of siege he had forced that knight to dive into it, and those knights ultimately died after they killed that siege. So maybe that's kind of was nice, took some pressure off because there's bringing the villagers in to stop the siege war. He's trying.
Janissary saying hello. Now he's taking down farms with him as well.
You're confusing me. Talking about Janissaries, I'm like, is there a landmark I don't know about? He's got Janissaries.
Mista, he's just making knights right now. No other unit currently in production for him. And I'm wondering, like, does he see himself winning this game with knights only? Because I don't. There's spearmen and janissaries are the mob for certain.
Yeah. Streltsy going to be very effective against his knights when they come in to attack. But it looks like Zerton has kind of pushed him back a little bit right now. Look at the military number actually in favor of Zerton. And if he keeps trying this knight game, that will get less effective as the Streltsy mass plus spearman just keeps growing. Now, yeah, he can sure still run around and raid anywhere he wants, especially since there's no stone walls. But he even loses some villagers there on the front line right now.
Crazy theory. So Mista has almost 5k wood in the bank. Does he just go for like this mass knight play together with like 20, 30 rams? And try and go for his, a landmark snipe again?
Oh my gosh, you would not. Don't try it. Don't give any crazy ideas. He already has them. Just to be clear, some people in chat were asking, the Streltsy is the unique gunpowder unit of the Rus, and it does not do... The Janissary for the Ottomans does extra damage versus Cav. The Streltsy doesn't do that, but it is still a good gunpowder unit and is good against armor, which is what the knight would be considered.
It's much cheaper than your average gunpowder unit. So normal hand cannoneers cost 250 resources. Streltsy only costs 180 resources, 90 gold, 90 food. And their attack speed also increases while they're attacking and not moving. So they're very, very strong stationary attacking unit. And now we also see chemistry coming in for certain, further buffing the attack damage on those units. There's still a key being placed there next to the large gold vein. And while it's still placed, Zerton's missing out on 900 stone that he could use to like make another key. But look at that.
He's trying it again. Like, is he going to try to go for a landmark?
Yeah. He's going, and now the rams are in queue. 3 rams?
I don't know if it'll work.
4 rams?
He's got Streltsy and Spearman.
Seeing is believing, and I'm seeing a potential here.
I'm seeing Zerton taking this back to game 1. He's gonna push this up the gut with his rams and get a landmark victory.
Zerton right now making his own rams. That's a lot of knights, and these are Rus knights. They get a lot of bonuses as well. They get biology, well, not biology, but like the normal bloodlines. They get the +4 damage to the Rus, for the Rus knights. They get the +25 HP from the Boyar's Fortitude. They're really strong.
Okay, well, Mista has once again gone for a full cav comp. We've seen this once before. I guess it does take care of Rams, for what that's worth.
Yeah, the Knights definitely taking down this Rams really quickly. But yeah, Spearman and Mastrelsi, like...
Yeah, this is the worst thing you go against.
That is the opposite composition here that you want to play against with those Knights. And there we go, though. The Knights are coming in.
He's gonna go for a flank.
He's going for the surround, full surround.
The Spearman can't brace on all sides very easily, but let's see how this goes. It might be enough Knights. I mean, that's a lot of freaking Knights.
It might be. It feels like Zerton's just letting this happen. I think he could have just gone to the edge of the walls there.
In the corner,
but now he's going to get attacked from all sides, and look at that.
Oh, he could have ran in the corner.
Knights are cleaning the army up.
Wow, all this
It's actually working.
See, this is why he's the professional here, guys. Forget all the counters you think you know. Just make Knights. I feel like Reddit's gonna like freak out on this, right? There's always that one guy complaining about Knights.
Sassy, I'm calling you out right now. I said this time and time again. Knights are a really, really strong unit, and we're seeing it here again. They're just absolutely destroying the army from Zerton.
I really wonder how that would have went if he had,
a bit off, but
if he had ran into the corner. I really wonder how that fight would have went. Because he could have.
Just much better. You don't want to give your opponent, like the Knights, that many like units to attack at the same time. And now, Mista's in. The food economy is idle for Zerton, and all of the production buildings here are exposed. Like, where are you going to send your units once they come out? They're just going to immediately get taken down by those Knights. And
I mean, what more could he have made?
Like
he made Spearman and Streltsy. I mean, that's the counter on textbook, but he just had enough Knights and the positioning. I mean, honestly, that's what it is, the positioning. And he's had a few fights today where he just took a great surround, and that was it. I think the flank on both sides made a huge difference there in that last position. So, I mean, those Knights are very expensive investment. He had to put a lot of eco into getting those, and yeah, he just had I don't remember what the exact count was, but it was just enough.
FitzBro, it's just Knights. It's just Knights, and Zerton throws in the towel. Mista wins with the crazy all-in Knight play here in this Roost Mirror, and we're actually gonna get to game number 5 in this one from the looks of it.
Okay, last game he massed Scouts. This game he massed Knights. Next is gonna be Elephants, right? We got Delhi coming. It's gotta be, right? Mass Elephants.
Has to be.
I hope so. I doubt it, but I hope so. That was wild.
We do see Zerton being ahead the entire time with that triple TC kind of play, but now we really got to take a look at the military count here.
Mista, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nosedive there.
Look at that at the end. Look how well look at that little Knights he lost.
Bigger army count consisting only of counter units gets stomped by Knights. I mean, that's going to be the headline for the Reddit post. That's going to be the headline for the Reddit post.
What the heck? Okay, all I know is next time I'm playing a 4v4, I'm making only Reese Knights. Holy cow.
Actually, new headline for the Reddit post. How can the devs think that this is okay? Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. That's got to be the title, right? Now we see Delhi not coming up from Mista, so we're not getting the Elephantos spam from Mista, but it's going to be coming out here from Zerton. We're going to be seeing Delhi Sultanate versus the Mongols on Hill and Dale.
I gotta, you know, I don't pull for players, I pull for civs, and Delhi, that's what I'm gonna be pulling for here. So I think Zerton's gonna take this. Delhi on the Hill and Dale, he's gonna get some map control, he's gonna shut down that dirty Mongol trade. I think that's what's coming up.
Yeah, dirty Mongol trade. You're hitting the nail on the head. I mean, at the same time, though, what we've seen so far in Empire Wars is that everybody thought that trade is going to be, like, the scaling of trade is going to be insane. But so far from what we've seen is that just the early aggression can really shut down trade quite quickly. And it's not as strong as maybe some would have liked us to believe.
Well, and really with Empire Wars, it's easier to get a military going quickly, right? So you can actually punish that trade a lot faster than you could in a standard game where you have to build a little more of that infrastructure and stuff. It's a little bit easier to actually get an army out on the field and contest that. So I think that's part of what's going on there. But then, of course, you've got Mongols can instantly start making their ×2 Keshik and stuff when they get to the next age. I mean, there's some things to consider.
Yeah, double Keshik production, but at the same time, I mean, Delhi can produce twice as fast at the same time, and Ghazi Raiders are pretty strong.
Very
Not
good.
to forget that you still don't start with any stone at the beginning here with Mongols, so you still have to wait for the Uvu to actually gather all of that stone in order to double produce Keshiks. So it's going to take a while for you to be able to actually get those double produce Keshiks out immediately. And I think Delhi can have a great timing here to just completely shut down trade and, most importantly, like be able to take the sacred sites.
Yeah. Well, and the faster they get up to the second age, the faster they can start producing those additional scholars and stuff like that and get those techs really moving along. But yeah, going to be Delhi versus Mongols. Photo finish. Remember, this is the battle for seed number 1. Whoever wins this is going to be seed 1. They're both already going to be in the finals. You're going to see these players again. But that's a great position to be in going into a tournament. It only is going to help you out. And as you can see, seed 12, seed 21, you flip the number back around, it's the same thing. But it's 2-2. Seed doesn't mean nothing. Anyone can win this thing. And don't know who's going to be here. Empires at War. $10,000 tournament. This doesn't decide it here today. But so they're going to get them very close to that finish line.
Exactly. I mean, this is all about getting that better seed. Both these players already qualified for the playoffs in Empires at War, but whoever wins this one is going to have a slightly easier time when it comes to the playoffs. Going to get matched against the players with a slightly worse seed. So it's definitely going to be a very, very desirable set to win. And I mean, they're really, really playing head-to-head here now. 2-2, match point.
And you talk about...
This is going to be it.
In a best of 5, and we're going to game number 5, the players are reaching deep into their pocket of civs. Like, these guys are good with everything at this point, but that really shows their depth on their roster of civilizations. And let's see how it pans out. Game number 5, match point of TheMista versus Zerton, part of the Empires at War EGC tournament. Let's see what happens. Mongols and Delhi.
Look at that. Zerton knows how to play this one. Immediately pulls all the villagers off of gold. He knows, I get my upgrades for free. I don't need gold. I have no use for this. I got enough gold to age up immediately anyways. Pulls all of them over to wood. Goes up with the Tower of Victory. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be... I really like this landmark in comparison to the other option, to Dome of the Faith. Especially in Empire Wars, since you do already start with a mosque that already has 3 scholars inside of it.
Yep.
So getting an additional mosque, it doesn't give you quite as much value. Meanwhile, the Tower of Victory, it's going to give all of your infantry units 15% bonus attack speed. Look at what Mista is doing. He's not even going for the silver tree here. He's going for the deer stones instead.
Well, and another thing to consider, Mongols like to do trade. Well, Delhi, they're spearmen, their infantry can build walls. So he could go for walling those corner trade posts a lot easier than other civilizations if he's able to get enough military out on the field. So that certainly could help with trying to shut that down, considering that's usually the game plan. But deer stones, maybe it won't be trade right away, but they can still add a market in later.
Yeah, deer stones gives you that extra boost to your villagers, all your villagers moving a little bit faster. Also helps you prevent raids, because Mista, he already has wheelbarrow. Oh, Khan, maybe early GG. Also, villager just trying to take down the sheep.
Look at all those free sheep. Nice
sheep
delivery.
Collected.
Nice.
Yeah, Khan going down. Very, very good opening here for Zerton. He's going to be quite happy with that one.
Isn't that how the first game went?
Yeah. True. I think it was the opposite way around. I think Zerton was donating some sheep back then. And this time he's getting the sheep donated. Mista. Wanted to talk about wheelbarrow in combination with the Amara. Means that his villagers are going to be walking at 1.49 tiles of movement speed per second. That is insanely quick. That is like almost scout level movement speed. Look at those. These villagers are running marathons out there.
Yep. And I know Mista not opening with trade, maybe the smart move against Delhi, who are going to be better at shutting it down than maybe some others. And also we know Mista doesn't like to do the status quo. He's not just going to go straight into the Mongol trade. He's doing something a little different here. And yeah, that speed is a eco boon in itself.
Exactly. Now also producing a lot of military. Already has 6 spearmen. Now going for the 1-1-1 kind of unit composition here.
Yeah.
Kashik and archers being produced at the same time. Certain for now, just the horsemen and the spearmen. Sorry, guardsy raiders, not the horsemen. Upgrading the spearmen has come through, and it looks like Mr. is just dead set on trying to deny these sacred sites from coming in for certain for now.
Okay, Zerton.
So eco upgrades coming in.
Kiting back across the map. Mongols getting a little bit of map control with the military. Scout does see where those villagers getting gold. Kind of gives a little bit of intel what's going on there. Spearman going to get a nice free little pick. Every one of these trades matter.
Yeah, something that's important for Mr. is if he gets into like these fights, he really needs to focus on killing units. Because worst case is that Zerton is just going to pull his like weakened army back, pop the scholars out, and just heal him back up. And can become really, really difficult for the Mongol player to like keep up long term. But for now, the army composition for Mr. it's looking quite a bit better than what Zerton has out right now. Still not a single archer out for Zerton, which okay, now he's starting queuing the archer, cast a curse. Very, very important for him to get those out. He's gonna definitely need them against the army composition for Mr. Also gets a raid in here. Nice. Doesn't commit to killing that villager here, but does cause idle time.
Kills the sheep, most importantly. Okay, so Mista sitting with a little army up front, looking to see if there may be something to raid. Dealing with raids back at home. He's got some spearmen. Maybe bat those down. I don't know if he'll consider building a tower or something there. But yeah, a varied army. Archers, spearmen, Keshik, and Zerton, rather, is going to be looking to take those sacred sites at a certain point. And it kind of seems like Mista's just kind of waiting for that. Waiting for the Delhi to come out of their base.
The army count right now for Mr. it's looking quite a bit better than what Zerton has. Army value as well. Looking better here with the Kashyyyks, and now the Archer Master is climbing, and Zerton, he is getting the Tower of Victory bonus attack speed on both the Archers and the Spearmen. So when it actually gets to these engagements, unless there's a Khan arrow nearby, boosting the attack speed from the Archers, from the Mongol player, heights should go in favor of Zerton here.
Okay, and Sacred Site underway. Let's see what happens. That's probably going to pull Miss's attention. Looks like he's standing on that south Sacred Site. I think, yeah, that's where the army's moving.
Main army. Oh, Zerton, not noticing, loses one of the Ghazi Raiders there. Not sure if the Sacred Site is going to be captured in time here, though, with all the military moving towards that. Zerton's army also moving towards that side. Looks like we're getting our first big army clash here.
Yep, archers moving in, spearmen.
The archers.
Yeah, taking it careful. Such high pressure too. It's like one bad fight here. that could be it, right? For the seed number 1. It's going to be a close one. So he gains 1 sacred site. Ghazi chasing down the Keshik. Nice move there.
And the sacred site has been captured here behind all of this for Zerton.
Oh, okay, get out of there.
Loses one of the gun. Doesn't lose it. All right, he's gonna be able to heal that one back up to full, and now going for the next sacred site here as well.
Okay, army count Zerton is ahead.
First one.
A little extra gold from the sacred site, of course. Going for that middle sacred site, and you kind of know when you're playing Delhi, like every time you touch one of those sacred sites, you're gonna pull an army towards it. So you kind of know what to expect. And look at this, he's ready. He's got the surround ready. This is kind of what Mista did to him last game. On both sides, going to push in. The spearman, though, is what he needs to pick off, and kind of hard to when they're on both sides of the army. But he's doing it, using his archers, try to micro down all of those spearmen, running around with the Ghazi, trying to pick them off, and then he's going to take this fight. And hard to tell.
Mista's got a little bit of upper hand, but now the archer numbers.
Late.
I mean, the Kashyyyks in theory should provide a little bit more value here than the Ghazi Raiders. But the bonus attack speed also matters a lot. Khan goes down, Spearman goes down, and with that, the Ghazi Raiders.
If he's got more coming, yeah.
On to the archers.
Yeah, I think Zerton maybe took a good fight here. Of course, there's Keshik are going to be annoying.
Yeah, the reinforcements are going to make the difference here now. a lot of them coming out, and Mista has to.
Yeah, this is
fall
massive.
back now.
Losing against Delhi, losing a fight like this in open field, Delhi gets advantage, then they're able to take all the sacred sites. This is a hard spot to be in with the Mongols, not to mention Mongols that doesn't have any trade set up.
Zerton has to be careful though. He doesn't have a lot of food in the bank right now. Has a lot of wood, but needs the food in order to put units out. But the archer mass is really, really good for him right now. He's got double the archers that Mista has out right now.
Good kiting. Keshik getting some nice value there. And this is kind of a hard fight to take. This Keshik are just slaughtering those archers. I think there's no scholars in here healing. Yeah, I don't know. Zerton losing a lot of units.
Yeah, this was a little bit of an overextend. Has to fall back. Needs a little bit more Ghazi Raiders if he really wants to take these fights. But now, going to be able to at least heal up his units a little bit with that scholar.
Yep.
He's going to be able to take that second sacred site. So climbing up in the sacred site count, really, really good for him.
Has Zerton trained any additional scholars, or has it just been the 2?
I think he replenishes scholars. He's still on 3 overall. But look at what's happening right now. Mista, he just put like 20 villagers over to gold. And it looks like he's going to go for really, try to go for a fast castle later now as soon as possible behind all of this.
Yeah, that's got to be what's going on there. Be kind of scary though.
Either
Delhi can push
maybe
in.
He wants to... Either that or maybe he just wants to pump out Keshiks. Yeah, it's actually not a castle age, it's a Keshik play. There weren't a lot of spearmen remaining for Zerton. And Mista realizing that pumps out a lot of Keshiks now, but Zerton also started making a couple more spearmen again. He's just lacking food right now from the looks of it. And actually he kind of stopped when it comes to producing spearmen, and it's starting to get a scary number of Keshiks here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Zerton does not have enough spearmen in this composition for this, so see if he notices it. He sees a little bit of the army there on the sacred site. Okay, does he take that engagement? See if he does.
He is gonna make Mista back away for now, but this is still a very, very scary army here.
He does have the attack speed of the Tower of Victory, but as you can see, the Keshik... Oh, he gets a free one there. Trying to pick off some of the low HP ones. That's what he's trying to do. He's looking for the low HP ones, trying to pick them off. Smart move. Okay, a few spearmen coming in.
Walking by.
Okay.
Walking back to the front line.
Sticks this. This could be a big fight. Keshik, though, still doing just fine.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong front line there.
They survived for so long.
Zerton just has to fall back here for now. Kites a little bit more. Definitely needs more spearmen. He's just sticking it with Ghazi Raiders right now.
Yeah.
And at mass, it just doesn't work. There's only like +2 bonus damage against heavy armored units with those Ghazi Raiders, and they don't like their attack speed is really, really slow. The Ghazi Raiders do not have a lot of attack speed, and the Keshiks have really fast attack speed. So
and they're healing while you're trying to kill them, so they're doubly like if you don't finish one off, it can come back to haunt you.
The longer the fights go, the better it is for the Keshiks in the end. And now decap's trying to happen here again. Zerton, I think he should just focus on that one sacred side, keeping that one, but it's tough as well. He's trying to mess up more spearmen now again.
Yeah. I almost feel like if he just went heavy on spearmen right now, like there's not enough archers. He could flank that with the horsemen. Okay, gonna stick this fight.
Frankly.
Okay, not a ton of spearmen still in this engagement. He is targeting Keshiks with his archers. You can see that he's not targeting the enemy archers. So I'm gonna be taking this. Keshik still just staying alive for so long on the front line, but the Delhi mass continues to fight on, but Zerton gonna have to flank back. Man, I almost wonder if he should have been just targeting down those archers and let his spearmen do the rest of the work here, because he didn't have a whole lot of archers at the onset of that fight. There, he's finally going after the archers.
Keshik count has been depleted a little bit. Now on the retreat, at least, he's going to be able to take down a couple of those.
Oh, he can chase those down, and his army's split right now.
Looks like the Keshiks are going to regroup, though, around the wood line.
Yep, going to pull back. So much micro out of both these players. Just duking it out for seed number 1. They want it. It's so close. One misstep here, though, can make the difference.
Exactly. Zerton also start producing a couple more scholars with that passive gold income that he has been getting. In the meantime, Mista He's gathered up so much gold that he actually had to move out onto the map now to one of the larger gold veins here. Just in order to keep up with the Keshik production, and he is massing more and more of them. But now, spearman numbers also rising, for certain. If he gets up to like 20 spearmen, that's when he can really start taking these fights.
Yeah, absolutely. Army count, Zerton is ahead. Economy count, it looks like Mista is ahead. Does he have 2 TC? Or is it...
He is only on 1 TC.
How's he so
I'm
far
not
ahead?
sure where that bonus is coming from. I don't think he double produced from the Ubu, so maybe actually some massive idle time there on the TC from Zerton.
Oh, really? Huh.
Oh, army split up. Zerton, though, doesn't commit yet.
That's a play right out of my playbook, not Q and Vills. Okay, so Zerton, though, whatever, villagers, he's still got... The military count's what's going to matter here in the end. Uh-oh. Here come the Keshik. He's got the run back.
I would like to see Zerton for the next big fight, like also pulling the Scholars out as well.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
It's going to be a big fight. He's
able
waiting
to
for
take
it.
like a decisive trade there. Archer's out of position.
He knows where the Keshik are, so he can go in after this, chase it. Needs to keep the spearmen alive. It's going to be so important. He's up forward right now, getting picked off by the archers. Look at the spearmen, not even trying to kite back. They really don't go on the Keshik at all. And now it's archers
I think
and
it's the archers.
yeah, that was a miss micro by Zerton. Is
Oh no,
surprising.
he's getting surrounded.
Yeah,
He's getting surrounded. Oh my god, so many archers getting caught out.
This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Mista catching a good fight against Zerton. Very uncharacteristic to see him missing some, I think, villager queues, and then spearmen just didn't move back in that last fight. They just were thrown to the archers. So crazy. And there we go, a good choke point to fight in, but really not a whole lot of spearmen there to deal with it. And of course, as this Keshik mass grows and grows, they just get stronger. They look at that. Oh my gosh, they gobble up the HP of all these units.
There's no archers remaining.
Mista is just smoking this fight right now.
We got asked earlier, what is stronger, the Keshik or the Ghazi Raider? After this one, it's safe to assume that the Keshik is much stronger in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it didn't help. I don't think Zerton really had enough spearmen early on in this game. It felt, and even in these big fights, it didn't seem like the spearmen were used the most effectively. There seemed like some moments when the archer count was really, really low, and maybe he was going to be able to turn the tide, but Mista just kept building up this Keshik mass, kept building these archers. No spearmen out of Mista at all, mind you. And yeah, just been able to take these fights. Villagers now going in for the fight, going for those villagers. But yeah, now he's pushed off of food. That was the berry source he's gathering food from. But wow, Mista just doing a great job here with Mongols.
And there we go. I mean, Mista, 30 villagers ahead right now after those big raids, and Zerton, he knows he doesn't have the capacity to take down the army here from Mista. GG gets cold, and Mista is going to be able to take the set 3-2.
Yeah,
both players are still going to be able to make it to the playoffs, but Mista is going to be the one to take the seed number 1.